All right, we should be back up. We should be online, right? I also made sure to delete that previous broadcast because in case Susan is lurking and she can see it, we got it taken care of, right? I didn't know how long it was shown for, but I'm definitely not ever opening this little sack of shit fucking Twitter ever again. This little fucking rat bastard. So okay, let's play some more songs. Let's get ready. And then we're going to dive into Thanksgiving 2020. How things are going and what I'm thankful for. We're going to see what Phil was thankful for. So we can see the very exact same segment when he goes live. All right. Okay, I did delete the broadcast. I did delete everything. So we concealed the bust. It's all hidden. It's all secret. So yeah, oh yeah, I was going to play some songs. What songs am I gonna play? Let's see those the Snort Hogan clip instead of just playing songs. Let's do something productive. Is he gonna cry? He might try. He might try. It was good. It would be very interesting. Be very interesting if he tried to cry. Maybe if he didn't get enough gifted subs. It's only $4 begging for memberships. That shit was fucking pathetic. Him begging for memberships like that. What he means by chill streams. Boring? Well, let's see. Let's see what he means by chill streams.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort?
Snort. Go, you
Drip?
Snort. I got the drip. Go. Snort. Go, you drip. Snort. I got the drip. Go. Damn, I got the drip. Go. I got the tips. Go. Damn, I got the drip. Go.
Let me tell you something, brother. Hulkamania is coming wild.
First tip of the day. What is your definition of a chill stream when you hit goals on a laid-back game?
That is a good. It is a good question, even though we know his definition.
I mean, when you're saying, if you're
Let's see what he would say.
You mean like monetary goals? No, not at all. Absolutely not. Well, when I say a chill stream, here's what I mean by that. Okay.
Boring.
I mean that stream is not meant to be designed for any kind of major advancement in a game. So, for example, if we're playing God of War Ragnarok, the goal is to make good progress. Maybe advance in side questing, get more narrative, earn new abilities, make good progress in the game. Correct? That, you know, when I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, the goal is to kick kills, to get kill streaks, to rack up my kill death ratio, to unlock new weapons, to make
The goal is to rack up his KD. Wow. A 40-year-old dude is like, dude, I want to rack up my KD, get kill streaks. It's so fucking stupid, man.
And get better. That's the point there. You see what I'm saying? Now. In regards to...
Bro, he's so fucking slow, man. He gets so distracted. He can't even, like, make a point without getting completely derailed by himself.
Chill streams, the point of a chill stream is essentially to relax and chill with me.
The point of a chill stream is to chill, but he also chills.
The focus is not necessarily on the game I'm playing or the content that I'm putting out.
Oh, and he's banning someone now.
Interactions that we're going to have during said stream. So what would be considered chill streaming games? Bassmaster, right? Who gives a crap how many fish I catch? You know, what I do. Bassmaster is mostly about us talking while I'm going through the repetitive motions of catching fish. You see? There's no major focus.
It's us talking.
I absolutely need to catch this many fish tonight.
And my favorite thing about the chill streams is when he looks at chat and he complains about nobody engaging with him. That's my favorite part of a chill stream.
I need to make a new record tonight. That's not the point. It's not streaming for the sake of making an advancement in the game. It's streaming for the sake of us having fun together. You see? That's the difference. It's a social stream versus a gameplay stream. I'm not saying there's no gameplay, but you see the difference. So I would argue whenever we're doing the podcast, it's a chill time. When I get into gameplay, it gets more serious. But definitely there's games that are more chill than not. For example, Disney Dreamlight Valley, yeah, sometimes we make progress, You know, but at the same time, if we're just having a good time and having a good conversation, that's really what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
But you don't. That doesn't happen, DSP. Chad is dead on the chill streams. That's why they're so funny, because he complains about stuff. Because somebody triggers him into complaining about stuff, and then Chad is dead. So they don't kind of respond to him at all. It is just him ranting about stuff while playing Disney, the princess game. So I guess you found out what a chill stream actually represents and means and looks like. So let's see what this represents and means and look like, and what Thanksgiving 2020 was about, and how things are going and what I'm thankful for. So it's basically one of those state of the streams that he's doing when it's just like him just talking about his personal life and how things are great, but they can be much better because the trolls are fucking with him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving 2020. I'm Darkside Philip.
2020.
Welcome all to my very special Thanksgiving vlog. For those who are watching live on stream, of course, welcome. I am going to have a lot to talk about on this video, so please understand if you do contribute live. I appreciate that. It helps out, and I'm going to give you a shout out. But
And this was 2020, so was this bankruptcy time? I don't think there's comments on this video. Yeah, comments are turned off. So I don't think this is bankruptcy time.
ample time as I'm going to get through some subjects here.
Or it might be, actually.
Before we
I don't know anything about the years in DSP.
But holy crap, 2020, guys. What a year this has been. First of all, what on earth? Did anyone at the beginning of 2020 actually expect 2020 was going to go this way? Seriously. Could anyone? I don't think a single person would have predicted 2020 would have gone the way it did for all of us, right? Worldwide chaos with crazy political stuff going on that's completely dividing not only the United States but the world. Coronavirus raging rampant across the globe, changing the way that we live.
The way that we live. DSP was barely affected by it. If anything, the COVID helped him a ton. It helped him so hard, because otherwise his bankruptcy wouldn't pass. If it wasn't for COVID, he would be dead in the water. COVID, if anything, helped him. He should be proud that it happened.
And honestly, all those things affecting things that normally would be commonplace. You know, usually you would look at things like, oh, I'm a streamer, there's going to be a set game release schedule for this year, and I'm going to cover this.
Oh, yeah, this hurt him, because games didn't come out on time because people were dying all across the globe. That fucking sucks, dude. Those fucking gaming companies, man.
And it was just impossible this year. This year was so chaotic and different. It was one of the most crazy years I've ever lived. And I'm sure many of you feel exactly the same way, right?
Oh, that pesky COVID, man. It ruined my gaming schedule. I needed to redo the whole calendar.
In this video is talk a little bit about stuff that happened with me and my family this year, as well as with my streams this year. So
this is, by the way, the dude who, even back then, he was flexing about having a good work and life balance and keeping his personal life private. He's gonna sit here on Thanksgiving talking about his family and how things have been for him.
Personal stuff as well as professional stuff.
Personal stuff, professional stuff.
I have not really sat down to talk or summarize about any of this stuff in one video in a very long time, as you know.
Yeah, because you are an interactive streamer, you talk about that shit on a regular basis and on emergency streams and emergency videos.
I'm an interactive streamer, and
there we go. I'm an interactive streamer.
I talk
every
about
day
stuff on my streams.
Yeah.
I actually sit down and reminisce and summarize it all in one place. It's probably going to be beneficial for a lot of people, including myself. In addition, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't reveal to you guys on a daily basis. There's a lot of stuff that happened this year that I didn't talk about publicly because I didn't feel it was appropriate, or I didn't feel that in light of everything else and everyone else's struggles that were going on this year, for me to mention certain things that were going on behind the scenes or whatever didn't really make much sense, or I felt it wouldn't be appropriate.
But it is appropriate on Thanksgiving. It's appropriate.
The scope of everything else going on.
Right, in the scope of everything going on, but on the public holiday where everybody is thankful for stuff, I'm gonna start mentioning the things that I've been hiding, that have been a secret until now. Very nice, DSP. That's very nice. Very thoughtful.
Put it that way.
Because one might think you might want to do a Thanksgiving vlog that is just positive, and you might want to be just talking about things that you like and that you're happy about, and not be doing this drama shit in this like State of the Union address.
ASP tries to beat Mr. Freeze in, who talks more about Moo family, Moo wife.
Dude, yeah, Mr. Freeze talks about his family way more, and he talks about chill way more. And DSP is trying to catch up. He's trying to be Mr. Freeze too. Electric Beggaroo.
All right.
Big up,
So
Strauss.
what I want to do today is talk about that stuff, and then I want to let you know today on Thanksgiving what I'm most thankful for this year. This year I have a lot to be thankful for.
Oh yeah.
Like this year,
Hell yeah.
I'm a lucky S.
Look at those subs. He has almost 800 subs on Twitch. Almost 800. And as you can see now, he literally has like 400 memberships and he still can get gifts. And he's probably going to get a bunch of gifts today. He's probably going to get like 200 or something.
OB, and I know that. I know that things could have gone a lot worse for myself and my family this year.
They should have.
I'm very thankful that things went the way that they did, and I want to tell you all about that, okay? Excuse me. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 2020, holy shit. What a year this was, all right? This year started off for me one of the most uncertain years of my life. This year was actually the make or break year for me, because as you guys know, if you're long,
Just like any other year. Literally any other year. You can even say that he has make or break weeks. Not even make or break months, he has make or break weeks. Because if he goes 1 week with $20 a stream, he's gone. He's finished. So every week is a make or break for DSP.
time viewers, things have not been easy since I moved to Washington State in 2014. In fact, it just kind of felt like what's Murphy's Law? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. It was just like every time that things were looking good, something would come and smack me in the face and screw me over and over and over. And it just was an ongoing thing.
It's usually his own actions.
I'm going
So he's smacking himself in the face.
torrent of bad luck, bad things happening to me. Some of which were just simply bad luck. Some of which were just negligence by people who I trusted to be doing their jobs. And some of
There we go. The tax man. The tax man gets a shout out again.
actually malicious actions against me because I'm a public streamer and people just don't like me for various reasons. Okay?
Various reasons. Are we gonna elaborate on that?
Because of all those things,
Are we gonna elaborate on the bad things people have done to him, but not on why they do it?
they kind of culminated. And earlier this year,
Oh yeah, is the chat widget from the old stream? I don't even know how I can fix that. Hold on, let me refresh. Let him talk for a little bit.
at the very beginning of 2020, I didn't know what was going to happen this year. I was in the midst of declaring bankruptcy. Okay? That basically means I got myself into so much financial trouble. There was absolutely no way with the money that I was making on streams and through YouTube videos and the like, there was no way I was ever going to be able to pay my financial obligations to the creditors who I owed. It was just impossible. Like on paper, it wasn't able to be figured out. It was like, you will never be able to pay these people off. It was to the point where I had so much debt in my name that the interest alone was all I could pay.
Right.
Every month I would pay a minimum
Right.
payment on a credit card or whatever, and the credit card balance would just not move because I owed so much and the interest was so insane.
Yeah, that's how it works when you get incredible amounts of credit cards and you don't care about it and you just keep spending. That's just how it works, DSP. Anybody could have seen this coming.
It was that bad.
It was that bad. And it was the trolls' fault because they DMCA'd him in 2017 and made things a little bit worse for him.
Okay, it was
Even though he was still bad at that point. It was still bad for him.
really that bad. And it was to the point where it looked like if the bankruptcy that I was trying to get did not go through so that my debts could be forgiven with many of these creditors, I was going to lose everything. I was going to lose
Yeah, you should have, though. That's how it should work.
likely my house.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's an unreasonable purchase that you made when you couldn't really afford it. You should lose it. You should downsize.
And pretty much everything I owned in it. Because
Okay.
there's no way I could pay anyone back.
Yeah, you don't own a lot of stuff. Plus, they wouldn't want to take your PlayStation, so you could still stream DSP. Come on.
And it was a crazy process for me. And here's why it was a crazy process.
Here's why it was. Because trolls.
There's so many people on the internet
There we go.
who hate me for various reasons, and I'm not going to go into that.
Oh, we're not going to talk about why people hate him. We're going to talk about why he's a victim of them.
Thanksgiving video.
And we're not going to talk about this in the Thanksgiving video. But let me have a victim segment in the Thanksgiving video. Because you guys would love this.
But they basically try to make my life a living hell at every waking moment, okay? And for most people, okay, the bankruptcy process is straightforward. It's just declaring certain information, providing said information, and basically justifying that you qualify for bankruptcy, and then usually you get it.
Yeah, and you were bullshitting though, and people pointed it out. Even Nick Rikita pointed it out, and he's an actual lawyer.
Okay?
Because yeah, a bunch of those people on Kiwi Farms that looked over the documents, me included, didn't know what they were looking at, but Nick did to some extent, way more than other people, and even he said that DSP is like the god of luck for getting that bankruptcy through.
For me, it was completely different.
Completely different.
You know, the bankruptcy lawyer who
You were bullshitting, my guy. You were bullshitting.
I worked with said this is one of the most unique cases she'd ever
One of the
handled
most unique
because
cases.
I
Because
had-
people didn't like him. Because he's a piece of shit.
so many trolls who were constantly trying to wedge themselves into the process. And you might say, what? What are you talking about? People were constantly contacting every person involved in my bankruptcy process behind the scenes, basically making shit up, trolling them, sending fake information, slandering me, and making up the most crazy shit to try to get it so my bankruptcy wouldn't go through. Okay? It was pretty fucked up. To say the least, it was pretty fucked up to the point where, I'm not kidding, I was having behind the scenes private meetings with judges. Okay? About
Bro, you know how that shit went. You know how that shit went. It was just like it was just a pre-stream. It was literally a pre-stream. Those fucking idiots, they hate me. I never did anything wrong. They hate me for my past. Oh, so terrible. And in a way, I wish that people wouldn't mess with him at that time so he can get what he deserved. But I don't think that would have even happened. Because he would still find a way to bullshit that. Because those boomers fucking at the bankruptcy court or whatever, they have no idea how a business like this makes money and spends money. And when he sits there and tells them that he can pay like thousands of dollars in microtransactions for his business, of course he's gonna fucking bullshit him. He was telling him that fucking PayPal is some kind of a currency system. Like, they were completely dented as fuck, and they bought it. So it's completely their fault. They should have just actually known what was actually happening and looked up into his fucking business and how much money he spends and what he spends it on.
Because they were so bombarded with trolling and fake information from the internet, they couldn't believe it.
They couldn't
needed
believe
to
it.
sit down with me to actually discuss the facts of my life.
How are the facts of your life, my guy? How do you spend $5,000 a month on your business while your business looks like this? Who can you convince that this is how it works? If you've seen one single DSP stream, you know there's no chance in hell he gets all this money and invests money back in his business, in something that is not video games. And he doesn't even buy his own video games anymore.
Finances, how things work with my business or whatever, because they had been bombarded with so much fake information.
Come on, guy,
They
come
couldn't
on.
make heads or tails of anything. They really couldn't. They were like, you got to understand, you know, we've got now probably hundreds of emails of information that we don't even know what this is. You know, some of it makes it sound like you're a criminal who should be in federal prison. And other things are just so ludicrous that we don't know what to believe. And it was just a nightmare. It really was a nightmare process for everyone involved because of these people. Like, for those who this year were along for the ride, right? Sadly, there were some things in this process that need to be made public. Like, my financial documents had to be made public. Well, not all financial documents, but like my filing for bankruptcy that had financial information in it had to be made public. And there were people just picking.
And again, I gotta notice, his shirt is way too small again. It's way too tight. My guy.
Everything apart. For example, in my bankruptcy filing, my bankruptcy lawyer did not list that I own a cat. Okay? You're supposed to list all your assets. I didn't list that I own a cat. Normally, this is not a problem. 99.9999999% of cases, no one cares that you own a cat.
9999999.
You're not going to go resell a domestic house cat. It has no value at all. Okay? Not to say that Jasper has no value. Oh my God, he's a member of our family.
He's not, though.
He's a member of the family. He's not an asset
cat, though.
to be bought or sold. Well, no, most people who declare bankruptcy don't have to put that kind of stuff on their paperwork. Well, I file for bankruptcy. We don't put it on the paperwork. The trolls contact the judge and say, well, Phil owns a cat, and he didn't put on the paperwork, therefore he committed fraud. Now, how do you think, you know what I mean? Like, do you really think that the people involved in this process, do you think they want to be bothered by this shit? Of course they don't. They just want this to be a normal bankruptcy proceeding and have it go through.
They literally just wanted to get it over with. That's why they got it over with. Because if they decided to actually investigate, oh, this wouldn't go well. And it would go on for way too long. And those dumbass motherfuckers during COVID sitting on a Zoom call and being like muting themselves accidentally like they're me and not knowing what they do, that shit would have been obnoxious as hell. So they just decided, let's get it over with, give this fat fuck his bankruptcy, and he's gonna be back in another 5 years.
But this process became the most time-consuming, convoluted, waste of time process because shitheads kept shoehorning themselves into the process, making it more complicated and worse. So what happened? Oh, normally people don't have to disclose that. I have to now go back and disclose that because these idiots fucking had to bring it up, right? And that's what I mean. I'm not going to go into the ridiculous amount of things that happened because I'm telling you guys, this should have been
Why is he talking about this? Because this is from 2020.
a process by all explanation. It should have been over within a few months. It should have been me providing information. It's reviewed by a group of people. They say, okay, yes or not if you qualify. I follow up with more information. Done. Instead, it just got blown so out of proportion. I'm serious. I had multiple meetings behind the scenes with people to go through line by line, financial statements, PayPal statements, explaining everything.
PayPal
There were
statements.
people saying I had fake bank accounts that didn't exist. There were people saying I had fake PayPal accounts that didn't exist. They were just making so much shit up on a constant basis. And you guys have to understand something, okay? You guys have to understand something, all right? You may think that a lot of the
Oh, look at the arms being crossed. He's coming across very assertive right now.
things that are said
I believe him a lot.
by these people or said in their videos is just harmful or excuse me, not harmful trolling. Oh, it's not a big deal, right? But you have to understand that when you make something up about someone and so many people talk about it that people believe it because they're gullible, that now becomes a huge issue with something like a bankruptcy filing. You know, there were people saying that I owned things that I didn't own. There were people saying that I had so much value of things in the house that.
But okay then, if that was bullshit, then it's not that big of a deal. He can prove it's not. Just like with the champion stuff, right? With the champion stuff. If it's bullshit, then you can have a very easy time to prove it. It's gonna be very easy for him to prove it. And he proved it, allegedly. Even though the business expense shit is just like next level delusion. That's not happening. That is not happening.
Exist or the value just isn't there.
The 5,000, that's not real.
Understand the process.
Fake.
Okay,
It's
You
not
don't
true.
Understand the process, how bankruptcy works, and
You don't know how bankruptcy works. Yeah, because I haven't been fucking bankrupt, dumbass.
making shit up constantly, but because they're making shit up, I have to now tell people about things and disclose things and explain things. All right, that whole meme of me playing mobile games and spending money on mobile games and
That's
shit
still true.
actually became a huge factor because they were like, is it true or not? And I had to show them all of my financials and show where my money goes. And of course, once I showed them the truth of the matter, it was all okay, fine. But I had to do that, and that's an extra steps that what other person declaring bankruptcy gets accused of having insane amounts of money like hidden in bank accounts, fake PayPal accounts.
Bro, nobody was accusing him of having fucking money hidden in bank accounts. It's literally DSP. He's addicted to fucking spending money. He's not gonna be hiding money. He can't even keep it. That's his gimmick. He can't even keep the money that he has.
Having tons of assets hidden in their house that they're not disclosing, and apparently is a mobile game addict.
He is a mobile game addict. He literally is. And the bank leaks confirmed that. They confirmed that. And it's still going on. It was going on back then. And somehow he bullshit those people because they don't know what the difference between a microtransaction and something that he uses for his business is. So he literally fucking lied. That's all.
How many people get accused of those things? No one. Everyone else gets to do it normally.
Yeah, well, you're the lol cow. That's kind of why you're a lol cow, because there's so many fucked up things about you. That's kind of how it works.
Went through living hell earlier this year, because of these assholes who just want to try to fuck my life over. Okay? Of course, none of what they said was true, But I had to go through the due diligence of proving that it was false to people who were trying to go through with this bankruptcy claim.
Yes, when somebody makes an accusation about you, especially when it's this serious, you have to go through the due diligence to prove that it's false. Right? That's just how it works.
Okay? So, it sucked. It really sucked. To the point where, like, things got held up tons. I ended up spending tons of extra money that I wasn't supposed to have to spend, but I had to because people were tied up for so fucking long. It was not good. All right? But, the good news is, the bankruptcy went through. It took a long fucking time.
Off topic, Merrick. I appreciate you even in the podcast that you are the voice of reason. Everyone loves to slander Americans. But your take is, heart.
Wait, what, we're talking about slandering Americans. I don't know why, I don't know where we've talked about that, but sure. I mean, I think Americans are pretty chill in general. It's just the annoying ones that are the more vocal ones, and they kind of stand out. And that's pretty fucked up. But there's a lot of Americans that are just chill and interactive, and they're probably having a pretty chill and interactive day. So big ups, Yosef. I appreciate you liking the stuff.
And a lot of shit, but it went through because thank God the truth prevails, and thank God it doesn't matter how much slander is all over the internet, that people listen to reason and see the truth when facts are presented. Because, you know, a lot of things in my life aren't like that. For example, sponsorships. Companies reach out to me and
Sponsorships.
say, hey Phil, we'd like to give you a product to review. Would you do it and then advertise the product? Sure. And I do it, and then people completely spam the shit out of the social media feed of that company saying these horrendous things about me. Phil's a scammer. Phil's this.
You are.
Phil's that.
Yes.
They don't want to deal with me anymore.
Yeah, because they show them clips of you shit talking companies and people and name dropping people and being a toxic asshole. Nobody wants to do business with somebody like that.
I can't get opportunities like other content creators because those same people who tried to fuck with my bankruptcy fuck with every opportunity I get.
Okay.
And those opportunities go away because of that.
Yeah, they do go away because you're an asshole. Stop doing the things that people criticize you for, and you might get opportunities. And as we can see, exactly 2 years later, because this is what, the 27th of November, 2020, and now is what, the 25th? The 24th is today. So, well, there you go. The 24th of November. It's almost exactly 2 years. We're still in the mud. We're still spinning wheels.
Thank God a legal process like filing for bankruptcy is not affected by that. It took a long time for me to get through it because of their fucking around with everything, but at least I got through it, okay? Like I said, it wasn't easy. It was way more expensive than it should have been, but at least it went through because that really was the start of a major positive push in 2020 for me and my family, because now not having all of that debt looming over our heads now means that the money that comes in as a result of me streaming can now be put towards all the things that should have been going towards to begin with. My taxes, the mortgage, the car payment, the utilities, food and things for the house and stuff. You know, this year
All right.
was very different. So I'll give you some examples
Why?
of things that happened.
Oh yeah, I know why.
That I don't tell you guys don't know.
I just I just don't want to be hearing about this nonsense. Oh, this is about things that people don't know about. Let's find out.
Just some examples. By the way, I'm gonna do quick. Let me do that. Let me do some quick.
Oh, we're gonna do
Stream
quick
Go.
shout outs.
Subscribe to the channel for Righteous Sword for 25 months. Thank you. That's it. Cost me up. Okay. So some stuff
Some stuff. Let's go.
that happened this
Let's
year
go.
you guys are not aware of. Had a major plumbing issue in the house. Had to get plumbers out here to fix it. Cost me upwards of $1,000.
$1,000. Again, this is the $1,000 plumbing meme. $1,000 plumbing meme.
All right. If the bankruptcy hadn't gone through, I had no money for that. I don't even know how I don't know what I would have done.
You would have tried to fix it yourself, maybe, to save up some money because you're broke.
Seriously.
But no, let's pay $1,000. It could have been. It could not have been that bad, man.
I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have the bankruptcy go through, and so therefore I had money from streams. I would have had no money to fix it. Okay? Jasper got sick. Jasper got sick this year, and we had to take him to a vet twice.
Yeah, he got what was it? A UTI. Jasper was getting UTIs back then. I think it was back then. I think that's what he was talking about. Yeah.
And I don't talk about that stuff publicly. It's none of anyone's business, but it's expensive to take a cat to a vet and have medicine, procedures, etc. The good news is he's fine. This was months and months ago. You guys weren't aware of it. But he's fine now. But again, that's money out of nowhere. And thank God I had the money, because imagine, again, if I was in the situation I had been in before the bankruptcy, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. There's been some health issues with both myself and my wife this year. You guys know my health issues.
You guys know my health issues. I'm basically falling apart. I'm basically dying.
Multiple ear infections.
Multiple ear infections. It's terminal at this point. He's dying from ear infections. Oh yeah, and of course gout. We get gout in chat.
Issues. My wife also had
Gout.
health issues that we're not gonna get into. It's no one's fucking business what they
She
were.
has obesity issues. But why mention it though? Why mention it when you're like, oh, well, she had health issues, but it's none of your fucking business what they are, you idiots.
But these are all things that are very expensive. Healthcare in America is insanely expensive. Just walking into a doctor is insanely expensive. Okay, and it wasn't easy this year with coronavirus and everything. Many days, I tell you guys. Okay, I tell you guys how we're 1 day a week out that we have, the 1 day off, is incredibly stressful for us a lot of times.
Incredibly stressful.
That 1 day a week.
Even two years ago, it was still crazy. And back in the day, it was crazier because COVID was a thing.
Week is the week when we're going to doctors, when we're doing appointments like this, tests. And so it just becomes, we got to drive 45 minutes to go to a doctor and then drive back. That's half the day is gone.
Half the day is gone? Half of your day is 90 minutes?
And that's supposed to be our day out. And that's how it is. That's how stressful it can be.
Driving for 45 minutes twice is half my day.
With some of the stuff that happens behind the scenes here that you don't hear about because I don't about
somebody tell this guy that you're not entitled to free time on your days off. Because people work 40, 50-hour weeks and then take care of kids and cook and do laundry and clean stuff and repair stuff on Saturday and Sunday, and they don't have time to do anything else. You're not entitled to free time. It's just not how it works. If you can make some free time for yourself because your work schedule or whatever, that's cool. But you're not entitled to it. You don't always get to have it.
Play stream. I don't want you guys to be burdened with that. You all have your own stresses. You all have.
Oh, I don't want you guys to be burdened with that. It's Mr. Begging. It's literally Mr. Guilt Tripping.
With some of the stuff that happens behind the scenes here that you don't hear about because I'm not going to sit about it and talk about it on a gameplay stream.
I'm not going to sit and talk about it on a gameplay stream. What did we have this year that was a thing that was exactly like that? The shower broke, the car broke, the TV broke, the vacuum broke. What else has broken? Am I forgetting something? The dishwasher broke. This is this year, and specifically in the last 3-4 months. What else did we got? Maybe chat can remind me of that.
I don't want you guys to be burdened with that. You all have your
the toilet.
Own stresses. You all have your own things going on in your own lives. You don't have to hear about every little.
You guys, you don't have to hear about every little thing, but now we do. Now we do, apparently.
Thing that happens in my life. This year was not.
And now it's not just we get to hear about it, it's a saga.
Easy year by any means for us with the stuff that happened behind the scenes. Because it's funny how idiots want to say, oh, see, Phil got bankruptcy, so now he's rich, he's rolling in dough. It's like, no.
No, nobody thought that. Nobody thought that you would get a bankruptcy and you would be rolling in dough, DSP. Nobody thought about that.
What happened was I could now afford my real life again. I actually had to catch up on back taxes, which I'm still doing. I still on a back payment plan.
Hey, big ups Sniper, Anno Sniping for the membership.
I owe so many taxes from the years I couldn't pay them that it's going to take me a long ass time to get caught up with that, okay? It went from, okay, I'm paying minimum payments on credit cards and things, and the balance is never going down, and I'm not paying taxes at all.
My guy, why are you living in a gated community when this is your life? Why are we living in a fucking McMansion when this is your life? Why are we playing the PS5 if this is your life? This, like, I've never had somebody, like, bitch about barely making ends meet on a million credit cards and living in a fucking gated community. Like, get real. Get real. No, this isn't live. This is from 2020.
to now, okay,
Right after he got the bankruptcy, he was super thankful.
now there's no credit card debt anymore, so now I can pay the back taxes that I owe. That's the funny part. Oh, Phil made all this money this year. No, the money went to where it was supposed to be going all along, taxes and these important things. But I'm not going to sit here every day and be like, well, folks, here's my receipt of
All
what
of
I...
Phil's appliances are broke, living paycheck to paycheck.
Right, right. And he's going to be thankful for it today. And of course, he's going to mention all of those sagas that happened this year. Big ups, Garrido.
money on this week. Okay, today I went to the doctor and there was a copay, and then I had to pay for plumbing. I'm not going to do that.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
anyone's
DS.
business, and no one needs to be bothered with that shit.
Apparently now it is. Apparently now it is. Even though back in the day it also was.
But that's...
And in 2021 it also was. Because we can go back and look at the 2021 sagas that he needed money for.
the thing. Like, I'm not going to...
And nowadays, not only are sagas like this, like with the car and the dishwasher and the shower and stuff like that, we are getting the weekly saga of the day off, where he needs a certain amount of money for that day off to even happen, for you to unlock his day off. Or otherwise, he's just going to die, and Jasper's not going to get any food.
bother you guys on a daily basis with that shit. And I'm just not. All right? But what I will say is this. Thank you...
And this is him bitching about this stuff in 2020, when the world was on fire with fucking pandemics and shit.
to those
People couldn't go outside. People couldn't go to work. They weren't allowed to go to work. They wanted to go to work. They couldn't go to work.
this year...
There were people at the job that I was working at the time where people were getting their shifts dropped because we needed to downscale the amount of people that could work in the supermarket at a time. So we needed to have less people. And people didn't get to go to work. They didn't get paid. Because something that's completely not of their fault or the company's fault. It was just regulations.
basically didn't pry into my shit. People who were here just to hang out.
And this fucking dude is having this segment. How fucking disrespectful, especially at that time.
And have fun and have a good time on the streams. I hate to say it, there's people who are here just for drama. And I can tell who those people are because every day they have to bring up the new detractor meme about something new that was pulled out of someone's asshole that's completely erroneous and false. My God, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I had to take Kat to the doctor. All right? Oh, Kat's pregnant and having a baby. What the fuck are you talking about? But this is what I mean. People just want to make shit up to create drama.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty silly.
That. Thank you to those who don't participate. And if you do, you're fucking stupid. Like, you have to understand something. And I mean this. You have to understand that when you do that shit, you actually are hurting people. You're creating chaos. You're creating drama. You're creating nonsense where it doesn't exist. You're making shit up just for the sake of drama. And that's not good because that hurts people. All right? When you participate, it's just a harmless meme. No, it's not. When you just make shit up about that kind of stuff, and you're legitimately hurting people.
Wait, is he trying to say that he was hurt by people thinking that his wife was pregnant? Is this like an actual thing that he's trying to make a point for? You're hurting people when you were speculating that my wife could have been pregnant.
By doing it.
Like, dude, you're not the Kardashians. That's not gonna affect you at all.
You are, and it's fucked up that people think it's funny to just make up dramatic shit about people.
Dramatic shit.
Idiots believe it, right? It was a meme for a day when I took her to the doctor that she was pregnant, and then she's not, you idiots. It's a fucking issue with her mouth or gums. You're so dumb. You're so fucking dumb.
Dude, he literally... he told us like 5 minutes ago he wasn't gonna say what Kat's condition was. And now it's literally, yeah, it was her gums, you fucking idiot. Because she's a fucking horse, you fucking moron.
But that's what I mean. And it hurts that. And now those memes get blown out of proportion and turned into things people believe them because they're stupid. And that's the kind of shit that hurts people. All right? So I want to say thank you to those who this year did not participate in any of that fucking dramatic bullshit.
Thank you for being a good cult. You didn't question anything that I said. Because that hurts me. When you question things, they hurt me. So just believe everything.
We're just here for fun. We're here to just chill.
It was her gums, you idiot.
Outside of all of that personal stuff like happening behind the scenes.
Oh, it was so good, man.
There's
It's so good. And he's calling people idiots and just literally forgot that he wasn't supposed to say why they went to the hospital with his wife. But maybe there was also something else going on. And that's the thing he didn't say anything about. Who knows? This dude is just a enigma.
There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm actually going to address it more towards the business side because it really is more business side. But there's a lot of
The
drama going
business
on
side.
with shit financially behind the scenes, you know, false contributions and stuff that's really fucked up.
This is his Thanksgiving vlog. This is what he's grateful about and how things are going. Thanksgiving, man. Imagine. It's like today, right? It's today. And this is going to be today as well. This is just from 2 years ago. He's going to sit on Thanksgiving and shit on trolls for like 40 minutes because this has been 20 minutes about crying about stuff, explicitly crying about stuff, and flexing that he got his bankruptcy to go through. And now we're going to talk about business and more nonsense and more toxic stuff.
Because it makes it impossible for me to know how much money I have to spend on personal stuff. All right? There's stuff right now that Kat and I would like to do. All right? And I'm not talking go on vacation and shit. I'm talking practical stuff in the house. Right? That we would like to be able to do. Boy, the sun's coming out and now the lighting's getting weird here on the.
And now we're getting this exact same meme 2 years in a row. Not even 2 years in a row. It's been for a long time. 2 years later, he still haven't fixed it. The sun comes up, he gets derailed. It ruins his content. This is how good of a businessman he is.
But we don't know if we can do it because every day contributions come in and I don't even know how many of those are real.
Sell your house, dummy. Sell your house. Get out of there. Get a fucking apartment for 2 people and a cat. And you're gonna make ends meet perfectly fine. Get yourself a tiny office to stream from that's comfortable and it's portable and it's practical. And downsize. Stop being the big king of hate in the big mansion that's way too big for you.
Because a lot of these are getting charged back behind the scenes.
Because he wants to live like a baller. And then make the money that a baller gets and spend like a baller. But he's a scrub. And he barely make ends meet. So how do you feed into that fantasy that you're a baller?
And it's screwing me over financially. I'll talk about that during the business side of stuff. But that's what I mean. Like, personally, things are pretty good right now because the bankruptcy went through. And despite the fact that a lot of stuff happened this year with health, plumbing, Jasper's health, and stuff unexpectedly coming up that was money out of nowhere, I had the money for it because the bankruptcy went through. You see? So thank God it did. And if it didn't go through because those shitheads were making stuff up about me and trying to be really nasty and ruin my life, this could have been the end of everything this year. This, like I said, this was the make or break year for us where I could have lost the house. I could have lost everything.
You should lose the house, DSP. Losing the house would probably be the best thing that could ever happen to him. I'm not even joking. If he lost this house and he had less shit to pay for and he was forced to downscale, he would actually live well. And he is pretty much living well right now. He's just pissing away all of his disposable income until there's nothing left, and then we're in panic mode.
And it would have been because of trolls on the internet. As stupid as that sounds, because I qualified for bankruptcy. Everything lined up and I qualified for it and I should have gotten it. And if I didn't get it, it would have been because of them making shit up, not because of anything that I did wrong. How fucked up is that? That everyone else in America can qualify for something and I might not have gotten it because of trolls, right? That's how close, and it was fucked up. It was really bad, the situation, seriously. But we got through it, all right?
Yeah, we got through it.
And that's
but he's probably talking about himself and Cat, because himself and chat is way more embarrassing. You don't want to say we about that. We got through my bankruptcy, guys.
The light at the end of the tunnel here is I'm now at a position.
No light. No, there's no light. 2 years later, his goal in life, his long-term goal is to have credit again. So he can get more loans and more credit cards and get more debt.
Because of the fact that the bankruptcy went through, that now when money comes in, I can, instead of saying, well, it's out the door and completely wasted, okay, I have to put this much aside for back taxes, this much aside for current taxes, this much aside for the cost of business, but food, everything. Okay, there's a little bit extra. What do I do with that? Do I say, okay, I want to reinvest that in the business and improve things? Do I want to do something around the house? You see what I mean? This is a consideration I haven't had for 5 years.
When did he reinvest it in the business and improve things? Can someone in chat name a single thing that took money that he invested in his business that is improved? And I mean, like, seriously, if you can think of something, just write it in chat. I'll make sure to notice it. Since then, for 2 years now, almost exactly to the day, what improved his stream that he spent money on, that improved the stream, the content, the quality of the product that he's putting out? Neck phones, they don't count. That's just improving his experience. It doesn't improve the content that he is making. The fishing lures, that doesn't improve the content he's making. It's just something to monetize. The hats, the glasses, you could say that. Sure, I'm gonna give that a pass. Hats, glasses, maybe even the lures, sure. Even though those are things that are still he makes money off and they exist solely to be dangled in front of the camera. But sure, let's say this.
I'm serious. Ever since 2015 happened, when my YouTube channel DSP Gaming was ruined because of trolls putting false DMCA claims against it, I have not had that flexibility. This is the first year in my life in 5 years I've been able to do that. So it's life-changing. Like, let me tell you guys something, all right?
How did his life change since then? But let's hear what he has to tell us first.
For 5 years, I would go to sleep, and you've seen many nights I would tweet, man, I can't sleep tonight. I'm so stressed or whatever. It was always an issue. I don't even know if I have enough money to pay the bills. I was living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on the pigpiggo.net, and we're gonna look up paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. Right? Because this was in the past. This was something that was happening in the past. November 14th. 10 days ago.
I'm living literally paycheck to paycheck, stream to stream, you know, and it's tight and it's all the time. I'm going to try to stop mentioning that to you guys and stop with the e-begging so much. I think I've made good strides with that in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. At the same time, yeah, it's still bad. Like, you know, no exaggeration, full transparency. This is one of those weeks.
There we are. There we are. 14th of November, 10 days ago. 2 years ago. He was telling us, guys, this used to be my life. That's not going to be my life anymore. Let's see another instance, right? 11th of September. This year.
Living paycheck to paycheck and all this. How can you do it? Because that's just me. To me,
Hold on.
I'm actually more interested today in Sonic Frontiers because this is the big question mark that everyone has. Okay? So, thank you all. And it's funny because some people criticize me and say, well, Phil, when you say all the time that your money is tight and some weeks you're living paycheck to paycheck and all this, how can you do it?
And there we go. There we go. So, let's continue.
I was living, of course, YouTube revenue, Twitch revenue, and whatever I could make every day daily via tips on streams.
Oh, and this fucking piece of shit, man. The way he says it, whatever I could make daily on streams. You're making hundreds of dollars daily, you fucking fucktard. You're making hundreds of dollars daily. Oh, whatever I can make daily on streams. Like he was making $2 a day. Like he was making $5 a day.
I don't even know if I have enough money to pay the bills.
Let's hear that again.
Paycheck to paycheck. I was living, of course, YouTube revenue, Twitch revenue, and whatever I could make every day daily via tips on streams. That every day was barely making ends meet. I was overdrawing my bank account constantly.
Unlike now, when the leaks showed up that he's overdrawing his bank account on a pretty regular basis. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Jay Kramer. And to all the American individuals out there. I'm not celebrating, but I'm spiritually celebrating. The American in me is celebrating and waving an American flag.
And I was
inside my condo in the gated community.
to the point where every night I was wondering, would I wake up tomorrow morning and get another notice from my bank that I overdrew, here's a ton of fees, and bills weren't paid. All right? That's not a way to live. And I know many of you probably out there have been in that situation before. It's one of the most stressful ways you can live because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, being insanely uncertain and not being able to sleep and rest easy because of shit like that is terrible. All right? It's not the first time I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation another time in my life when I was much younger as well.
When? Was it just your fault, so now you're not going to talk about it?
But it wasn't because I was like in so much debt. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? It was more because I was just irresponsible back then. Now it was like, this was a way, I don't even know how I was going to get
You're irresponsible now, dummy. You don't get to a bankruptcy because you're a responsible money managing individual.
out of it, right? It was a bad situation. And now that situation is over.
It's over. It's over, you guys. It's over. This didn't happen. This didn't happen of paycheck to paycheck. 21st of October, paycheck to paycheck, as I tell you guys. November the 1st, live week to week, paycheck to paycheck. November 1st, paycheck to paycheck now again. November 8th, you'll live in paycheck to paycheck. And then we got November 14th, which was the actual, one of the most pathetic segments that we just saw, but I'm gonna show it again because this is him saying that he's not gonna beg.
Stream to stream.
This is him stating that he's done begging. He's finished begging, while this big layout is on, where it's making you ask all these questions. Hey, big ups, Twerk to Spec for the gifted membership, dude. Whoever got it, enjoy your benefits, the million benefits.
That's a little better.
And we get messing around with the camera again.
Okay. Long-term goals for my life.
Long-term goals. Let's see this. This is 2 years later, after it's over, right? He tells you it's over, never being paycheck to paycheck again, making ends meet, everything is amazing. Long-term goals. And now he looks much worse. Even though back then he looked pretty bad, but now it's just like, damn.
Is number one.
Number one.
I obviously want to get out of any kind of financial heat that I'm in. I'm definitely in a better situation than I was many years ago. At the same time, I'm definitely not good. There's many weeks when I'm living literally paycheck to paycheck, stream to stream, you know.
Many weeks.
Tight, and it's all the time.
Big ups,
I'm going
Phil.
to try to stop mentioning that to you
I'm gonna try and stop mentioning that.
guys and stop with the e-begging so much. I think I've made good strides with that in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. At the same time, yeah, it's still bad. Like, you know, no exaggeration, full transparency. This is one of those weeks where things are incredibly tight, and I'm hoping I have enough money for my day off this week. But I'm not going to be constantly harping on it and mentioning it. I don't want that to be carrying over to my streams anymore. But the goal is to not be in that situation anymore. You see, what I need to do is stay the course and build up my credit.
And credit. Literally the first actual solution that he says that is not some nonsense fantasy of, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this. First thing he mentions is credit.
To the point where I can
He could sell sand to a Saudi and snow to a Eskimo.
He's not that good though. He's terrible salesman. He can sell sand to a Saudi if the Saudi has never seen sand before. It's like, look at these grains, and like there's a place on the planet where it's just full of it. It's just like it's like an ocean of these little grains.
do stuff with it again. Meaning take out loans or refinance my home, and then I could get out of the back debt that I make.
Big ups, Mojo.
When I'm out of the back debt,
Yes, Saudi blind man.
I'll be able to afford the current debt, and then I won't have these problems.
Yeah. Another thing, and then it's gonna be the next thing. In 2 years, it's gonna be the next thing.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Super
Because
grateful.
now I can live a life again. I can actually live a life where I can look forward to the future positively and say, wow, things might go really well if things can keep going the way they are on streams, and as long as no crazy shit comes out of the blue. Because as you guys know, so many times over the years, my accountant doing my taxes wrong, you owe this out of nowhere, this amount of money, your channels get shut down, now you can't make money. You guys know how much shit could come out of left field and screw me over. It's happened so many times in the 12 years I've been a content creator. But
You guys know that the consequences to my actions catch up eventually and hurt me. You guys know.
this year, things kind of flipped towards the positive for me in that regard, okay? So I'm happy. The future looks as bright as this is looking right now, as the sun is coming in my window and changing the lighting of the stream. The future is looking bright right now, and I'm
Do I have to? Do I have to click on one of these again? The future looking bright. Do I have to? I'm not gonna do it. I make my point.
very happy because of that, all right?
I was very happy. Yeah, cut to the future. Literally cut to the future. In 2 years, we're still washed up. We're still barely getting by somehow, even though now we're post bankruptcy. It's amazing.
As I bring up these tough things that happened to me and my family this year behind the scenes, this is not because I'm saying woe is me. This is because I want to let you know what happened and what we got past. This is a celebration.
It's a celebration of bankruptcy.
Right? Of positivity and looking forward to the
celebration of positivity. Celebrate Gout 100. There's this awesome clip of that. That's great.
Let's do some shout outs.
Let's not. Let's skip through this. And there's also a lot of skippable stuff in this one. As you can see towards the end, he got the vest on, he had the hat on. It's super positive. He still wasn't wearing glasses as far as I know around that time, so.
Right? Do negative stuff.
Wait, what? Actually, I can open up my best friend, the transcript. But then people are not going to know that this is actually from 2020, which is from 2 years ago. Oh, and then we get one from last year, which is a Forbidden Math video. So it's going to be kind of a raw, streamlined clip. So I can look at that one when I get bored of this one. But this one is probably not done yet. We're only 25 minutes in. And I've been live for 55 minutes. If you weren't here in the beginning of the stream, there was the original stream that will now... The few people that were here when it happened will remember it, and everybody else will forget about it. The original stream, what happened is that I erroneously opened up Derek's Twitter page, and we were swarmed by positivity, I'm gonna put it. Very positive content, which is definitely not very chill with YouTube, so I had to take everything down, restart, and refresh the positivity, the interaction, and we're back now. We're back. So jokes aside, I opened up Derek's Twitter on stream because I was looking for him tagging DSP in something, and a bunch of media loaded, and I had to restart the stream.
Got a ban a moron, of course.
And a ban a moron. That's basically what happened. That was what was about to happen.
And here's the thing. You'll still see people who want to do negative stuff. People are still talking behind the scenes about the fact that my property in Connecticut, where I used to live and do all my videos, is in foreclosure. It is.
Okay.
It absolutely is. Okay. So this situation is not done yet. By no means.
People are talking behind the scenes. Is this the trolls or the actual bankruptcy people?
We're still going every month.
And the bank
I have
people.
to pay over $400 to a condo association in Connecticut for a property I haven't lived in 6 years and I abandoned. All right. I'm still paying $400 a month. I'm legally liable for that. What's happening right now, which you guys don't really care about, but just to clarify, the company, or the, excuse me.
You guys don't care about, but I'm going to go in detail for the trolls. So trolls can get the right information. Because if you guys don't care about, and you're my chat, why would I be fucking telling you that? Because the other people are talking.
Mortgage company that owns the mortgage on that is foreclosing. What they need to do is go through a formal foreclosure process. Then they're going to sell that property, make some money on it, and that's it. A lot of people are like, oh, well, see, Phil's still financially on the hook for that. No, I'm not. Because I surrendered that property during my bankruptcy. During the actual bankruptcy proceeding, I, in the bankruptcy documentation, said as a part of this bankruptcy, I am surrendering this property. And that mortgage company agreed to that happening so that they could accelerate the process of foreclosure. Now, the thing is, with coronavirus and everything screwing everything up this year, the foreclosure's been in limbo forever. Like, they should have been able to foreclose on this thing as of April of this year. Here we are in November, and it's still not fucking done, all right? But I have nothing to do with that process. I'm not involved with it at all. When I surrendered that Connecticut property back...
If DSP charges $5 for shots, how much he'll make?
He's gonna make a lot, but you know he's not taking those shots. Like, he's gonna get about $30 in tips within like 10 minutes, and then he's gonna basically say that he can't do it, just like with the Skittles. I mean, just consider this dude couldn't literally eat Skittles for money. He couldn't do that. Like an actual Skittle that is as small as a pill that you give to Panda Lee before you put her in the corner. So there's no way he's taking shots. Even hypothetically speaking, he's not gonna do it. He's just gonna pocket a bunch of money and maybe even refund a couple people. And he's gonna take like 2 shots in total.
Back in April, my hands...
big ups, Hell Rail.
All they need to do is go through all the legal proceedings to foreclose on it. They foreclose, they sell it, it's over. I am not legally liable for anything else because I surrendered that property during my bankruptcy. It's all there in the documentation public. I did it all the right way with my lawyer, so it's done, okay? That company cannot come after me for any more money, because that's a misconception. People are being stupid and not understanding the whole bankruptcy.
People are being stupid. He's explaining this literally to his trolls right now. This is the whole segment. Because he prefaced it by, I know you guys won't care about it, but I'm going to talk about it because the trolls care about it.
So surrender a property.
But because the trolls are definitely going to believe whatever I tell them, because I know a lot of stuff about things.
As a part of a bankruptcy, and that company, that mortgage company, agrees to that, that's it. They've actually relinquished their ability to get any more money from the person in the bankruptcy proceeding. So when I did that and they agreed to it, and they said, okay, well, now we agree to accelerating the foreclosure and everything, that was the end of that for me.
If this dude was any smarter than what he is right now, or at least smart in the least bit, he would have stayed his ass in Connecticut, made a ton of money, and got himself a house, like literally bought himself a house that he would own in Connecticut. And he would be living a pretty okay life without the dangers of being financially ruined.
For me. So
it's just like all it had to take for him is another couple of years in that condo. Just clean it up, throw away all the statues, sell them on eBay, whatever, get rid of them. That condo could have looked, with some like fixing up, it could have looked pretty good, and it could have been a nice place. Even though, of course, it is kind of small, but he needed to sit his ass down and just think about stuff for a second. But he wanted to live like a baller.
Good news is, even though I'm still...
He's live now. How is he live now? Isn't he supposed to be live in an hour? Like, actually. So, let's see if he's live now, actually. DSP Gaming. Seems like everybody is live but him. Oh, yeah, he is. Alright, thanks for the heads up, dude. Steve Dave. He's still playing music, but still. I guess we got... less time than I thought we would. He started an hour later for no reason, I guess. And I thought he would start even one more hour later. Because I kind of did the math earlier, but apparently I did it wrong. So, yeah, that was it. We saw his 2020 thing, and let's try and see his 2021 thing before he starts and get through it as fast as possible. And I'm going to be sniping him. And whenever he goes live, I'm going to check up on him. So we got DSP Thanksgiving 2021. Let's see what we got so we can be as caught up as possible fast. Oh, we have a post-Thanksgiving cope segment. Let's see this one first. And then he got Thanksgiving tip paranoia. So these are pretty interesting. Okay, chat. 1 for the Thanksgiving tip paranoia and 2 for the cope segment. And be quick. I'm not going to count them very specifically, but I'll get a general estimate of what people want to watch. Okay. Alright, seems like it's more towards the 2 than the 1. Looks like it to me. Alright, let's check this one out. Maybe it's going to be a short one, so we can get a chance to maybe even check out the first one.
Reminding us through Twitter to be thankful for each and every blessing, no matter how seemingly small. Yeah, and you know, I said this on Twitter last night, okay? And I want you guys to understand something. I do. I want you to understand something, that people who don't like me would literally always say that this is not true and say completely the opposite, and it's bullshit, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy with my life, as imperfect as it is, and I'm incredibly grateful for everything that I have.
No, you're not. Gratitude is something that you can express, just like when we're grateful, on that being said, for getting new views and new subs and people enjoying the stuff. We try and make some new content for the channel. Just like I do for my channel. If I'm grateful that people are showing up, enjoying them, I try and make these watch-alongs so we can watch DSP. You know, gratitude translates into some kind of an action. It doesn't have to be something astounding, something amazing and grandiose, but it has to be something. And all of his actions point towards him being entitled and ungrateful. And if there is anything that I'm sure of, 1000%, is that he's ungrateful.
Okay? Today, I have a loving wife, all right? An awesome cat that I consider my family. All right, my wife is incredibly supportive. She's my, as I say, she's my rock. She's my soulmate. She's the reason why I enjoy life so much every single day when I wake up, and every day I feel is the best day of my life moving forward. I really feel that. And I have a job that I love, a job that I get to come to and hang out with you guys and have a good time every single day. We're enjoying games together. We're chilling. Look at this. We're having a fun conversation. This is great. Who wouldn't like doing this for a job, right? But the thing is, these people out there are so miserable in their own lives that they don't want to believe that. So they say, oh, don't you see? Take a look at Phil from 10 years ago and compare him to Phil of today. He was getting ginormous views, viral popularity on YouTube, and everything he said got a lot of attention, and he had ad revenue out the butt, and he had a lot more money back then. So he must have been way more happy back then. And it's really sad to look at Phil today in 2021 compared to Phil of 2011 and to see how far he's fallen.
From what I've noticed, people just use the clips of him being an asshole, raging at someone, being toxic, or being ungrateful to justify why they think that he's just not very happy. It's not that people are projecting that he's miserable because they're miserable. Maybe some people are doing that. But the overall, when you see on YouTube, is just clips of people showing, hey, look, how is this guy so happy when he rants about shills and game journalists and fucking video games and get super toxic over them on a daily basis? How can he be happy? Do happy people do that? Do happy people rage at their own chat and call them idiots and be smug about it?
They say this stuff. They do. They say this dumb shit. How dumb can that be? All right, let's see. 10 years ago, I was alone, living by myself. All right, I had no real goal of any of this that I was doing. I had no family life, nothing.
You have no goals now, though. Your goals are to get more money and to get more credit. That's not actual goals. That's not aspirations.
You know, did I enjoy hanging out with people and making videos? Yes. Yes, I did. That absolutely. I enjoyed hanging out with my friends and making videos together with them. It was a blast. Absolutely. But
hey, big ups, Mr. Pika fan, dude. Big ups for the 20.
Compare DSP's old Mario Kart 8 gameplay footage with one of my Mario Kart NASCAR videos, and you might see a huge difference between him and me. Just a suggestion, though.
You know, I'm gonna take a screenshot of your super chat, and I'll sure think about doing it on some point. But right now, we have very limited time because the guy is just about to go live on his Thanksgiving special. So I'll try and fit that in somewhere. Maybe end of this stream, maybe next stream, but I took a screen cap of it, so I'll make sure to remember about it, and we're gonna check it out.
nothing felt like it had meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like what I did back then was kind of like, I'm just flubbing it. I'm just making it day to day. I'm just freaking putting out stuff out there that I hope people like, and if they like it, great, and if not, well, I don't even know what to do to change that.
What?
I knew I was entertaining people.
Well, if they're not liking it, they're probably gonna tell you why. That's how you know what to change about it.
But I didn't necessarily feel like anything that I did mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like cool that I'm popular and I'm making money doing it, but I didn't feel like anything that I did had any kind of
Meaning?
real
Meaning.
how do you explain it? Like when I feel like I have a legacy, right? That what I've done, the stuff that I've put on the internet, especially the last few years, last
This
5
is
years,
just
I would
sad.
say, has left a legacy for me out there that people can go back there countless times and watch the stuff that I've pumped out there and say, wow, that's entertaining, that's fun, that's good stuff. You can see who Phil really is by watching his content, and that really comes through. Someone who has a passion for games, someone who, you know, likes to have fun.
Oh yeah, passion for
And
games.
I feel like what I do today, as unpopular as it is compared to how it used to be 10 years ago, is infinitely more important. I mean that. Like, I feel like what I put out right now is more important to the people watching it now than the people who watched my stuff 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago, it used to be like, well, I'll just go out and watch.
That's a nice one, Ludwig. That's a nice one. And the inhaler shit as well, the inhaler stuff.
I'm unhappy? Can they say anything dumber than that? I don't know, maybe that it's illegal to film in a restaurant.
It's fucking illegal. They're gonna put you in jail. Big ups, dude.
My ass off at that clown, and then I'll move on.
It's just like people are just saying what their observations are, because like this dude looks miserable. Because you have all these clips of him ranting about everything, everything. Sausages, bread in the supermarket, the cashiers at the supermarket, just like driving around town and all that mediocre stuff that people just take in their stride. He feels like he has to rant about it. And this is what people that have pent-up anger do. This is what toxic people do. And unhappy people do, right? Isn't it?
Today it's like, oh, today's doing a stream. I wanna interact with Phil on his stream, have some fun conversation with him, see what he's up to, hear what he did for Thanksgiving, and then we can laugh playing some games together. It's a different experience. It really is. It's completely different. Okay? And you know, the thing is that what is happiness, right? Is happiness necessarily popularity and having financial security?
Oh, I remember this, dude. It's so good. This coping segment is so lit.
Or is it waking up every day and knowing that you're going to have a great day today? Like, you're going to actually have an enjoyable, positive, happy day. Back then, I didn't have that. I'm being honest with you guys. I didn't. A lot of the days back then, it was like I wake up, man, I got to play a bunch of shit games today, and I got to pump out videos today for the internet because I got to keep that work ethic. I got to keep up that grind, right? Tonight, I got to rush to GameStop at midnight to buy a game, come home, film an unboxing, pop the game in the console, play a bunch of fucking gameplay, upload it before I can even go to sleep. I'm tired, but fuck it. I got to get the first person. I got to be the first one to get those videos out to on the internet. You see what I mean? It was a very different thing to be that. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know what you're
I
saying.
don't necessarily.
It almost seems like you just want to redefine what happiness is so you can frame yourself as happy and prove those people that call you an asshole wrong. Even though, of course, people can't. I can't tell him that he's not happy. If he feels happy with who he is and what he is, of course I can judge him that his level of this is what he does for a business and this is what his life is like, and you're happy with this, you're content with this. That's what I can judge on, and I can judge his behavior. I can't tell him if he's happy or not. But if you're happy living a life like this, begging for tips from wheelchairs and dents, then I don't know if you should be happy with that. You should have higher aspirations, especially after 15 years of doing this. In going through all these moments of like drinking in the middle of the night, making a sandwich, recording it, putting it on YouTube, it all has to be worth something in the end. And now we're back to level 1, and he can barely break 1,000 views, and his coping from 2021 was the same as his coping from 2020, and it's going to be the same as his coping from today that is yet to begin. But you can see what it is, because it's pretty much a pattern.
I think I was happy.
It's a pattern of positivity. It's
I
a
think I was
PP.
successful, but I don't think I was happy. And I think there's a lot of people out there that confuse that. Success and happiness. You could be the most successful person on the planet. Sky high popularity. Rich to fuck. But how many times do we hear stories about these people who are rich, who are completely depressed and messes in life and falling apart at the seams, and they're in fucking therapy and they got all this shit going on? You know what I'm saying? That just because you're rich and famous doesn't mean you are happy.
Okay.
I'm happy. I can tell you guys that. I am so grateful to be here and be happy with my life. And a lot of people cannot say that they're happy with life. You know? That should really be the end goal in life, is to be happy. Not to be rich or successful or whatever. To be happy. And I am happy. You know? I have a few complaints about the way that stuff happens. You know, crazy amount of harassment I get. The fact that people are always constantly trying to fuck with my and ruin me. Yeah.
Yeah, big ups Princess Games and Chill for the membership.
Annoying
Dude.
as fuck. But outside of that, everything else is great. You know? So I have no complaints. Really, like, outside of the nonsense that I have to put up with this crap, I don't have complaints. I'm happy with my life, how it is. And some people can't accept that. They will believe whatever they want. They'll make shit up and say that I hate my life secretly and I don't tell anyone publicly. And
But it does look like that, though. It does look like that. All we can judge is by your behavior. We can't judge by, like, you can't tell him if he's happy or not.
feel so unhappy. And
Only he knows how he feels. But like I just said, if you're happy with a life like this, then your standards are pretty low.
other thing there was, his marriage life is terrible. Just let me tell you, Phil and his wife don't get along. How the fuck would you know any of that? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I see a lot of people talk about that, and I'm like, dude, come on. Like, there are actually soulmates, because she's so bland, and she's so dented, and she's just not all there 100%. So I can see them being super happy, like mega happy.
About you're a fucking nut job. Who
You're
are
a
you
fucking
getting
nut job.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people are nuts. But anyway, Rob, right, what I said on Twitter yesterday was, it's crazy because there's people out there who I know, they're rich, they're famous, they're not happy. I am. So I consider that a win.
How do you know if they're happy or not?
Consider that a
Do
success.
they beg on stream, and that's how you judge them? Do they embarrass themselves in public, and then you're like, oh, look, this guy embarrassed himself in public. He must be unhappy.
That my life, I am actually happy where I am, who I am, you know, everything I'm doing with my family life, with my job, everything. I'm happy. And you guys tell me you like what me too, and you like what I'm doing, you support it, crowdfunding, that's how it works, right? So obviously,
You guys tell me I'm happy.
man, don't worry, you know, don't listen to the nonsense, the naysayers. Oh
He's so
man,
happy he spends
What does Phil
4K
have to be
plus
saying?
in beer.
Hey, I would spend 4K plus in beer, and I would be happy as hell, man.
for look at the mess his life is.
Probably couldn't drink that much in beer, but I would be happy if I could buy it and just stockpile it somewhere, so I can have a beer anytime I want.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Man, you're just a dick. You're just a negative shithead who doesn't want to believe that, because then you would be so upset that your life is so bad you can't believe that someone else's life is good. Just because I'm not Mr. Popular, right? You know, you get some fucking little loserish scumbag who says stuff like, "Oh, he's a level 1. He's at the bottom of popularity of YouTube." What the fuck? Who cares? Fuck you. I got a great life. You're the miserable wretch who thinks that everything is based off of fucking popularity and views and money.
He's talking to Keemstar, by the way. He's not even talking to the trolls. He's not even talking to Tevin. He's talking to Keemstar right now.
You're the loser here, not me.
Because he brought up the level 1. You're the fucking loser, even though you have more money than me, and I base everything off of money and popularity.
Great life. You're the bum. You're the one who has to sit there arguing with people on the internet, causing fucking internet drama constantly.
You do the same thing, DSP. Except you run away from it, and he owns up to it. And by owning up to it, he makes a ton of money and gets a ton of engagement. And DSP causes drama and then tucks his tail between his legs and runs like a little bitch.
Because you're a fucking loser with nothing to talk about for yourself. These fucking people are so miserable inside, but they have to talk about everything else.
This is literally what he just said people say about him. And now he's accusing people of being miserable. What if Keemstar is happy as shit? What if he made a video saying, well, Phil, you're a fucking loser, I'm happy. Can you tell him that he's not happy? He's doing exactly the same thing that he just said people do to him. The hypocrisy of DSP.
Except inside what's inside of them. You know what I'm saying?
You're so fucking miserable based on the assumptions that I made about you. People made assumptions that I'm miserable. These fucking idiots.
Like, they're so upset with who they are that any time they get any kind of a criticism or any kind of someone says something about them, they have to lash out, right?
Like you?
If you have to go this hard about how happy you are, you're only trying to convince yourself you aren't a miserable failure.
Basically, that's it. Because with happy people, they don't need to sit down and tell you they're happy. They don't need to convince you they're happy. Their behavior is convincing.
Fucking stupidity, man.
Just kind of like with smart people. Somebody who is smart, intelligent, they're not gonna sit with you and try and tell you how smart they are. You're just gonna notice.
Seriously, like, I'm so happy. I hope you guys understand that. I love what I do. I love my life. I love being here with you guys every day. I couldn't be happier with how that stuff is going.
I love my life.
Financial stuff could be a little better. If these shitheads would stop attacking me constantly and trying to ruin my life, that would be even better. But I guess you can't have everything, right?
Okay, so this was the cope. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of the other one. Because DSP, now, his scam was, he was supposed to start in about half an hour from now. Alright? But he started like half an hour ago. He published his stream or something like that. He started the broadcast. And now people are confused because he told them a different time that he usually starts. So now he's just stalling for what has been... Oh, no, he's starting. Okay. He's been stalling for exactly 20 minutes, basically. So let's tune in to Phil and see what he's up. What's up with him on the Level 1 podcast? celebratory edition for Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans. Happy whatever the Canadians are celebrating. It's probably not today, but they also got a Thanksgiving thing because they're kind of like the Americans, but not quite. And happy Thursday to the rest of the people that don't celebrate, but also eat turkey because turkey is cool, man. Okay, let's begin. Created by Phil Burnell.
Having fun. Down here on level 1. Does the camera look right?
No?
I just love starting a show. Does the camera look right?
This is a daily occurrence at this point. You don't test it?
Is it choppy to you guys? Let me take a quick look here. Just make sure that everything's fine and kosher with the camera. Make sure.
Oh, by the way, today my parents told me my new laptop arrived. So when I go to them for Christmas, I'm going to pick it up.
Welcome to the show. And happy Thanksgiving, right? To those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, in the United States we do today. I know many of you actually have different Thanksgivings because I have an international audience of people who watch me all over the world, right?
So it's not going to be choppy as fuck anymore.
Today is Thanksgiving, which is a special day of remembrance, a special day of reflection on everything that we have and basically being very grateful for it, which I'm going to talk about today on the Level 1 podcast. Now, today's podcast is a little different. It's a shorter show. Why? Because today is also Ask the King. In fact, Ask the King is all I'm doing today outside of the Level 1 podcast, which is my ongoing Q&A show where I answer your questions, both from my forums on the dspgaming.com website, from the members here on the channel who had a members-only post to post up in, which they did.
Post up?
Then, of course...
I wonder if he's going to do a Q&A during the podcast as well.
On my Twitter. So, got a good variety of questions to go through today on the show. I actually think it's going to take a while because I went through the questions. I was like, actually, I picked more questions than I usually do for Ask the King. I was going through them. I was like, oh, this might actually be a much longer show than maybe usual. And because of that, I was like, all right, so what I need to do is I need to start the podcast early. As you know, today I'm coming back from a break. And when I come back from break...
Oh, it's Phil's day off.
Day off segment to do.
Phil's day off. Enjoy.
I have news to cover today. All right. And I want to talk a little bit about, Thanksgiving segment.
Beg for members.
With all of that...
352.
I knew this was going to be a podcast that was going to have meat to it. And I was like, oh, shit. I better start early. Because if I don't, it's going to seep into Ask the King. So today's podcast technically will be shorter than usual. A lot of the times this show's about an hour and a half long. But I'm going to try to just condense it down to maybe an hour, and that's it. So there you go. And again, I swear the camera looks weird. It looks like the frame rate's lower. Does the frame rate look lower to you guys? I don't know why the frame rate would be lower. I haven't changed anything. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. Hopefully it's not choppy for you. Looks fine to you guys? Maybe it's just...
No, it's choppy for everybody who's watching me. But that's a silly thing we do. We put it on choppy mode. It gives the stream more charm.
My end. Maybe it's just the preview looking weird today or something.
Yes, definitely.
The normal? Okay. All right, so anyway, immediate reaction to people talking about this. Yes.
What? The logo? It's terrible.
My day off, I actually received some interesting new artwork / logos and designs for the channel.
It's so inconsistent, man. It's so bad. It's terrible. Everything he got going on screen right now is clown world. It's terrible. The logo is dog shit, and the theme and the design doesn't fit anything else. You're having a Zelda layout for Thanksgiving for no reason. Also, the leaderboard is in a completely different design. Everything looks terrible and inconsistent. It's like you put it together by like a randomizer.
And this may be implemented soon enough. There may actually be some rebranding going on soon. Let's put it that way. Like, let me put it this way before jumping the gun, because actually there will be concrete questions about this on Ask the King today, but there is definitely some new stuff in the works. Let's just put it that way. For 2023, I'm looking to refresh a few things. I'm looking to mix some things up. All right, and I don't want to kind of spoil some of the things that I have planned, but there's definitely some new stuff planned for next year. Let's put it that way. So I think you guys will like, what's coming. A lot of people say, oh, it's just kind of the same thing over and over. Well, maybe it's time to spruce things up a bit. We'll see.
Oh yeah, it's not Zelda.
Soon. There's going to be a couple questions on Ask the King, and then, of course, next year is really where you'll see the implementation of all this stuff. Okay. But anyway, yeah, new logo, which is nice, right?
It's not nice.
Different
Stop
colors.
taking everything for free. Stop it. It looks inconsistent. It looks terrible. It's not giving you any favors.
So for different setups, I can actually change it around, which is nice. So first of all, only one stream today. This stream right now, because it is Thanksgiving. It is a national holiday. And I know many of you will immediately be asking, well, what's going on for food and stuff today? Because that's the big thing in America here, is that we have a special meal for Thanksgiving. Yes, we have food going. We already have our turkey thawed and ready to cook. It takes about 3 hours to cook. We've got multiple sides that are being thawed right now. They cook faster if they're thawed than if they're frozen. So those are ready to go. We're getting ready to go. I bought some rolls yesterday. So we're going to have some buttered rolls. Man, we're going to have everything. Just a preview. Turkey breast.
A preview.
Uh,
Like we're gonna eat it. Like we're gonna get to see it. But he's gonna make a short about it, wasn't he?
casserole.
I think he will.
Potatoes au gratin. A
Au gratin.
style dressing.
Au gratin style
14 mac
potatoes.
and cheese. Jellied cranberry sauce. And dinner rolls. And and for dessert, pumpkin pie. So we got a lot. Okay, a lot going on today. And some of you might say, hey, you going to show us? Well, what I might do is a YouTube short. I might do a quick, like, 1-minute YouTube short just going through all of our fruit, our spread, to show you exactly what we've got. And throw that up later today.
Oh, like back in the day, the good old days.
So full, I won't want to do it. I won't be able to move. I'll be like a giant inflated, like the blueberry kid in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I won't be able to move after eating so much. I won't even be able to get a good angle. I'll try to angle and I'll roll this way. And I won't be able to get it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there who celebrate it. All right? So before I get into my topics and all of that, let's have a brief discussion about Thanksgiving. Because today is the day that if you are an American, like me, you should reminisce on things going on in your life. You should maybe, think a little bit of big picture thinking. And you should maybe say, hey, what's going on in my life that I'm grateful for? So allow me to list the things. I'm grateful for my health. Not to say that I'm perfectly 100% healthy. I'm 40 years old, and the older you get problems.
My brother in Christ, you are dying in front of our very eyes. You're not grateful for your health. The only thing he can be grateful about his health is that he's still alive while living like this. The dude thinks that walking to the mailbox is exercise. My brother, you're healthy compared to Boogie in Wings of Redemption. You shouldn't be grateful for that.
At the very same time, I'm,
Alive?
enough, right?
Healthy enough to survive? To exist? To live? I'm sure he is.
Love to have a great life. I'm happy for my family and grateful for my family. My wife is amazing. We continue to have a beautiful life together. She's incredibly loving and supportive. And I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I wouldn't be able to do anything I do today without her. Okay? I'm grateful for my cat, Jasper, who's an amazing pet and a fun lifetime companion here, and even a fun part of the streams every once in a while. In fact, tomorrow, during our Ad Apocalypse Spectacular, which I cannot wait to talk about here on the podcast because I had a lot of fun yesterday going through the ads you guys submitted. Oh my God, tomorrow's going to be a really good event. Trust me. So Jasper will be here for a lot of that. He's actually going to be able to join us right from the beginning all the way through until I go pick up my wife from work. Which I confirmed is 5 p.m.
DSP, Jasper contributes nothing to your content. Stop marketing him as something, anything. Hey, big ups to Andrew for the 5 gifts, dude. Congrats to everybody who got one.
Which means I need to leave here between like 4:15 because traffic's going to be so bad to get out there. So that means he'll be able to be in here for several, many hours tomorrow. He might or might not. You know my cat. Sometimes he's in here, he loves it. He'll jump on the chair, he'll jump on me. Other times, he's not interested at all. It's all up to him and his moods.
All right, so Jasper may or may not be a part of the stream, but the stream itself is going to be amazing.
Now, in addition to just the personal stuff behind the scenes, I'm obviously very grateful for the fact that I love my job. I absolutely love the fact that I get to come to work every day and it's sitting down right here in front of this camera with you guys, talking, chilling, enjoying games, talking about life and current events, and just in general having a great time. How many people on this planet get to say, I love my job and I do what I love for a living? No,
I do.
I do. I'm incredibly grateful for.
I love both my jobs, and my second job is making fun of DSP. But I love my first job more because it's actually more productive. And I'm joking, this is not my job.
That, and I realize
This is in reference to DSP saying he has two jobs back when he was a streamer and a YouTuber.
what a rarity that is, and
It's not a job.
how awesome that is. Trust me, being my own boss and all the ups and downs that I've had in the many years that I've been a YouTuber and a content creator on the internet, I am so grateful to be my own boss and to be able to be here and just enjoy myself every single day with all of you and to make a living doing it. That's the icing on the cake, is that I make a living doing what I love. Thank you all for that. And of course, one final thing I want to say I'm thankful for is all of you and your ongoing support through thick, through thin, through every possible hardship, through every amazing.
Thanks for the money,
fun,
dummies.
right? You guys are always there. And like I said, with all the shit that we've now been through over the years, I now know it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter where I go or what I
Oh
do.
no.
You guys are in here for the long haul. You appreciate what I do on the internet. You like me for a person as well as the content I put out. And you want to see it continue and succeed. And I really, really, really appreciate that.
What this actually means, and you guys already know what it means, no matter what I do, how boring the shit that I put out is, you fucking idiots are gonna pay for it. Cause you've shown me with your behavior so far that you will keep paying for it. So you're gonna pay for it, you fucking idiots.
So thank you. Whether it's you're someone who watches my game playthroughs, live streams, podcasts, other vlogs, whatever it could be. Thank you all. And by the way, when I say support, I want you to understand something. It's not just financial. All right.
It's mostly financially, because without the financially, you wouldn't even exist right now. You would be under some bridge somewhere.
Right? Although obviously that's a big part of it because I make my living doing this. That's my job. But at the same time, I would say in the past 2 years, you guys have been an incredibly positive, constructive source of criticism.
What about when Rob told him to stop begging, and then Rob became a troll, and then Moist Critical shat on him, and then he stopped begging, right? Your fucking fans tell you not to beg, and you call them idiots.
And
Constructive. It took him years to take a single point of criticism.
improvement here on the channel. If it wasn't for you guys, right?
Right.
I never would have done React content this year. I would have stayed away from it. I would have said, you know what? I don't want to do it. But you
You were shitting on React content almost a few months before you did it. Remember that? When Pokimane got banned?
guys convinced me to do it. And I think that it has really improved the content that I put out this year. Take a look. Tomorrow we're doing an insanely cool marathon of ad reactions. I'm telling you guys, just looking at the ads, some of them, by the way, I didn't spoil myself on them. I basically just checked each one to make sure they were really an ad.
Yeah, bro, you screened them. You know what they are. I didn't spoil myself.
And it wasn't
You fucking watched them.
something that was going to get me in trouble on YouTube. Which, by the way, there were a few, and I'll talk about that, by the way. But basically, it looks like we're going to have a hilarious time. I'm going to laugh my ass off during this event tomorrow. I cannot wait for you guys.
I can't wait for all the genuine laughs.
And that's just one example of the many, many things that you guys have helped me with in the last couple of years with criticism and
Criticism.
and things to change around and. So I cannot wait. I seriously cannot wait for the future. Honestly, like not only tomorrow's event, but all the fun gaming coming the next month till the end of the year. The interesting changes that I have planned for 2023, which I soon.
Oh, we're gonna announce soon. Dude, it's future baiting again. It's future baiting. Like when he bought that chair, that brown chair, he was telling, oh, now I can put up a green screen? The green screen was supposed to be where all the junk is in the background?
Lots of good stuff coming.
Dude, it's fucking bullshit. It's all lies. It's all lies. And we've heard this before last year, the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that.
The future is bright, as they say.
We literally heard the same thing in 2020. I watched this like an hour ago. The future is bright. An hour ago. 2020, 2 years ago. We're still on mission 1.
And I'm happy for that. I'm very happy for that we get to do this every day. Like I said,
it's impossible that he made 0 character development for 2 years. 0.
Amazing experience of my life that my job is something I love. It's so rare. I love it so much, man. You guys have no idea. It's funny because so many people hate you on the internet. They say terrible things about you, make videos. I'm like, I don't care. Why would I care? I get to sit here and chill with you guys every day, have a great time, right? This is the life, man. Who cares what some idiots on the internet say? It doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit, right? So, thank you all so much. And by the way, I see some people are contributing. Thank you. As you know, I do shout outs at the end of the podcast. So I have a lot to get through today in a very short period of time. Very appreciative for your contributions, especially this is my only stream of the day. I will shout those out at the end of the show. Okay, the end of the podcast here. Okay, cool.
Cool. Amazing.
Okay, so let's get to it. Let's get right into it. First, let's do the schedule.
No.
Then,
No.
let's do Phil's day off.
Okay.
I have game news.
No.
All right? Those are
No.
the three that we're going to do today. And then basically shout outs and we're done.
No.
Schedule. Today, good. More Pokemon Scarlet player and a player on with the F-Tac that I've been using, or if I'll do Warzone. I kind of like the F-Tac, and I think I want to.
I don't know, bro.
We'll see. And then again, Monday will be more God of War and Sonic Frontiers, unless it looks like we could beat Sonic Frontiers if we do a longer stream. If that's the case, then I might flip them, because I would like to beat Sonic Frontiers.
No, that shirt in the 2020 video was different, man. It was different, right? Wasn't it different? Let him ramble in the background so there's some noise.
Out. And then again, Tuesday, more Pokemon and Modern Warfare.
Thanksgiving 2021.
Thanksgiving today.
It can't be this same shirt.
Tomorrow, and then 4 straight days.
2021, and then I'm gonna see the 2021. But I think 2021 was completely different, actually.
1 week from
It was still kind of a... No, this is a black shirt.
Callisto.
And 2020?
Spiritual
Successor? Oh, we got another successor.
I'm incredibly pumped for this.
Oh no, here it's
Hopes for it.
it's a different shirt.
It's good.
Dude!
And I hope that you guys will join me for that.
Dude, it's the same shirt!
So that's why
It's the same shirt! Oh, you were right, dude. It's the same fucking shirt. It's just... Yeah, it's just lost color now. Dude!
property that's still not foreclosed on, and I'm stuck paying over $400 a month for it. They will eventually foreclose on it and get it out of my name, and then that's all done with.
That's all done with. You get a T-pose. It's exactly the same shirt.
If I beat Sonic Frontier,
Big ups. This is great.
then it could be it could be
Literally 2 years ago, almost to the day.
God of War and Callisto Protocol alternating as the main daytime stream, while we could have Pokemon and Modern Warfare as the late night streams. And November, in the post immediately starting tomorrow, and then over the course of the next week, all right, what you will see is at some point I'm going to get a chance to sit down with my wife, and we're going to decorate behind me and make it very Christmassy. Now, we haven't really had a chance to go out and look for any Christmas decorations that are new this year, so we may just make do with what we have. Or next week on my day off, which I believe is the 30th? Let me check here quickly. Yes, the 30th, which is Wednesday next week. Perhaps we'll go out and look for some new decorations.
So next week, Sam, reminder, we're going to do the message show on Wednesday. Just in case I forget, and I think it's a Thursday again.
Layout, and maybe on
Phil day off is on Wednesday.
Officially launch the decorations, and in tandem with those decorations, I will launch the also on-screen Christmas animations. Okay, so there will be a slew of Christmas animations this year, along with Christmas decorations and all kinds of stuff going on there. You will see. All right. Now, the only other thing in tandem with that I want to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially now in the last week of November.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Week left.
This is it. This is it. It's the last hurrah.
To hit the members goal for the month, as you can see.
Members. So,
now is do or die time for the Christmas Marathon event.
Please,
if you
we gotta please.
One and supporting the channel. If you like the content that you see here, there's so many benefits you get from being a member. Not having to abide by the slow mode rules of a live chat when you're on a live stream. Highlighted name both in the chat comments as well as the video comments.
Please consider it.
Chat crown.
This is literally begging though.
Badge to show that you're a member and how long you've been a member. Again, both in the chat comments of the videos and the streams. All right. In addition to all of that, priority access to special events today. The vast majority of questions I'm answering for the show today for Ask the King are from channel members.
DSP, people can tag you in chat while you're doing a Q&A, and you're going to answer their question for free. All they need to do is be subscribed for 24 hours. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face. You know that shit. And the selling point that your Ask the King is just an expanded answer that you've thought about in detail beforehand, that is not really a selling point. Because your expanded answers are meandering answers. You can come up with the answer in 2 minutes, or in 30 seconds, or in 5 seconds. It's not that hard to answer a question about you.
Okay? For special events, nominating and voting, the members always get priority and always get something thrown into the mix there for themselves. All right? For example, we just did the Halloween event. A game, it was Dead by Daylight, was selected just by the members. Okay? So if we hit the members' goal for the month, the Christmas Marathon event will happen. And it'll happen right before Christmas. I'm not 100% exactly sure when. I haven't really looked at the dating yet. You know, Christmas this
Bro,
year
this guy sucks, man.
a Sunday.
I had such a good suggestion yesterday on my stream, or I think maybe it was the other day. You guys, today is Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for you, so what I'm gonna do is I will lock in the Christmas event. Yes, it's happening! Because Christmas is not to be stolen or taken away, or we need to hit a goal. And for the Christmas event, the goal is this, because we're gonna do something special. And so and so and so. But of course, he doesn't have any ideas for that, so yeah. Christmas is still paywalled.
So obviously, I don't want to do it on Sunday. Maybe I'll do it that
He needs 123 members.
Saturday before. Likely the Friday before, only because if you do it the Saturday before, there's a lot of people who have holiday things they do on Christmas Eve, and I don't want to interfere with that, so maybe we'll do it like the Friday before the 23rd. So if this marathon goes down, here's what happens. Number one, I dress up in Christmas attire, and I have several different Christmas sweaters, shirts, and things to wear during the day.
If it is the Friday before the 23rd, I might be able to watch the whole thing. Friday before the 23rd is the 16th. The 16th on Christmas. I might not be able. I don't know.
That I like to throw in for variety. Hats as well, Christmas hats. We'll see if I can find something new this year as well to wear. We'll have to see. I drink. Yes, I actually drink liquor. It's the only time of the year I do it. I usually have some alcoholic eggnog.
Okay.
You know, flavored liquors like whiskey and stuff like that.
Can somebody please make a video debunking this and show him drinking like twice the whole stream and how him drinking doesn't improve anything, it doesn't influence anything? Please make a video of that.
We'll see what I can find this year and what I actually want to try, you know, during the marathon. We'll see. Okay?
I actually drink
I
liquor.
a variety of games that you guys nominate and then vote for. So the sooner we hit the goal, the sooner I could set up the thread by which you guys could start nominating games for the Christmas event. And they could be any kind of game. It doesn't have to be Christmas themed or anything like that. It could be any kind of game you guys want to see. All right? Now, in addition to all of that, traditionally I do something Christmas themed for the show, whether it's a holiday feasting with the king, whether it's an actual DSP Tries It episode that's catered towards Christmas with some kind of like a Christmas treat or something. So, let's see what happens between now and the end of the month. We've got this last week of the month. Again, you know, if you're not a member, you're really missing out. You get tons of benefits, and it also supports this channel. Or maybe you just want to support the channel. You're in the giving mood. It's, you know,
You're in the giving mood.
You want to help your fellow viewer drop a membership bomb, help us get to that goal. Okay? All right. It's the only time I'm going to mention it today. I'm not going to keep mentioning it. So, it's, ladies and gentlemen, it is time, traditionally, for once a week, for me to tell you about that little segment you love, I love. It's time for Phil's Day Off.
You're not gonna hear the sound box. I'm cucking you out of the sound box.
So yesterday was my day off from streaming after a 6-day streaming week. And it was a busy one. Oh my goodness, was it a busy one. So basically, I had to do all the errands to get ready for today's big Thanksgiving. Luckily for me, I had already pretty much prepared food-wise, okay, for the most part for today. In fact, the shopping trip I had to go on was actually just a regular week of groceries as opposed to a shopping trip where it was all Thanksgiving items. I did this purposefully. I shopped 2 weeks ago for Thanksgiving, so I wouldn't have to fight everyone for food. And boy, am I grateful, because when I went to the grocery store, the same cooler where I got the turkey breast for today had 3 turkey breasts in it. That was it. It was empty. So I'm like, Yeah, I did the right thing by getting the food early, for sure. I didn't have to fight for all that stuff. So here's what happened. We woke up, had some breakfast together, all right? And then we said, what are we going to do today? I said, well, let's make our shopping list, which we did. And I said, all right, so here's what we should do. I will go out and do all the errand stuff. So, for example, the grocery shopping, pet supply shopping, and there was a few odds and ends that I had to do while I was out. Now, I knew it was going to take longer than usual. It's the day before Thanksgiving. There's a million people on the road, okay? It's like, let me do that. In the meantime, my wife is at the end game of God of War Ragnarok. And I said, this is a great opportunity for you to play it today because I got to be out doing that stuff. And then later on when I come home, I have to set up the playlist for the Adpocalypse Marathon on Friday. So you're going to have time when I play, excuse me, you're going to have time to play while I'm out. Then we can maybe unpack, have dinner together. All right. And then after that, I'll go set up the playlist and you can finish the game. This way you could finish it and I will not be spoiled whatsoever. Okay. So that's exactly what we did. I went out and started doing my errands, running around, doing all this stuff while she was playing the game. Okay. I was out and about, shopping. It wasn't so bad, actually. Like, I thought it was actually going to be much worse. Definitely, there was a lot of people out. It was hilarious seeing people last-minute Thanksgiving shop and having no idea.
It was hilarious.
There was a guy.
He's preying on people's downfall again. Oh, it was hilarious. Those people trying to provide for their families at the last minute and they couldn't get what they wanted. Look at how fucking hilarious those idiots are.
The turkey breast cooler I just told you about, there's 3 turkey breasts in there. The guy literally picks each one up and he's inspecting them like he has no idea what they are. And he, like, every inch, and he puts that one down, he picks up the next one, he's like...
DSP, you get takeout food and you don't know what's inside and you show it to the camera for other people to figure out what it is. Please, get a grip.
Dude, it's a turkey breast. Like, what the fuck are you looking for on?
Dude, it's a piece of chicken. What are you showing it to the camera for?
There. Like...
Feasting with a king my ass.
I don't know, like, seriously, these people, like, it's like they live on another planet, and then the day before Thanksgiving, they come out to get Thanksgiving ingredients. They're, like, so confused. So, I got most of the stuff we needed. Some of the stuff that I wanted didn't have, but I think it's only because the time of the year, maybe. I don't know. But for the most part, it wasn't a big deal, and in fact, it was a better shopping trip than usual. What I mean by that, it was less expensive, because we already had all the ingredients for Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving meal today was already taken care of, and we make enough food that we have leftovers for another day. So this is going to be enough for at least 2 days of food. So because of that, that's 2 meals we don't have to make this week. Outside of Thanksgiving, making it today, that's good. It means we don't have to buy 2 meals, you see? So we actually cut back a little bit on food costs this week. But anyway, so I was out and about doing all my stuff, and it took a little bit longer than usual, but not too much longer, okay? So I come home, and Kat is just sitting there on the couch, TV's off and everything. I said, what happened? What happened to our plan? I thought you were going to beat God of War.
And again, just Kat, the way he explains Kat interacting with him and just existing. She was just sitting there on the couch. The TV was off. There was nothing happening. She was just sitting there, existing. Her script glitched.
She says, I did. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, I was closer than I thought. And she basically said the ending was great, and she likes the game. And
we're just sitting there.
Talk about it, of course, because I can't be spoiled. And when she finished the game, her save file time clocked in at 50 hours, 50 gameplay hours.
So that's 80 for DSP, because Kat doesn't have to read donations and stall in the menu.
So now I kind of know what I'm expecting. And if you take a look at my playthrough so far of God of War, I'm only at 20 hours. Yeah, 20 hours. So
he played it like twice this week, didn't he?
We have a while to get through in this game, and it's gonna take a bit. So then, said, all right, let's get food. What do we want? Because we'll order food. Well, we're just thinking, we're like, well, what are we gonna have? What did we just have? What are we gonna have? So why don't we get Mexican food? Okay, so we order from the usual restaurant we always order from. Now this restaurant is really good. Number one, whenever you order from them, they give you free chips and salsa, which is amazing. You get, tortilla chips, you put their own salsa, which is it's spicy, but also very tasty. Really good. This is the same Mexican restaurant that I've ordered for Feasting with the King. If you remember, I think we've done Mexican at least once, where I did this.
Bruh.
It was like a tour of the world or a tour of Mexico, where it was we had the steak.
My guy, you just flexed about saving up on food because you didn't have to cook an extra meal this week because you're gonna have leftovers and you got DoorDash. Oh, I mean, all right, but you're also barely getting by. You know, how am I supposed to believe this?
Things too. It was like 2 or 3 different things, right? That was in it, and it was really good.
All right,
So we order from them,
I believe
and
you.
immediately I noticed something's different. I looked at it and I was like, why does it say the food is coming from another direction? The restaurant that we always go to and the
Oh
restaurant
my
we always
God.
delivered from is one that's near our local mall.
How is this a fucking rant?
It's saying the food is coming from a completely different direction. I was like, oh no. So here's what happens sometimes. If you're not aware, when you order food on any of these apps, whether it's DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever it may be, what they usually will do, if you're going to order food from any kind of a restaurant that has multiple locations in your area, they obviously will order the food from the closest one and have it delivered. But there's some situations where sadly it's not available. For example, sometimes
It's gonna be
certain
cold?
chain is very busy, and what they'll actually do is turn off their delivery. They'll actually have the ability to say, "Oh, we're not accepting any delivery orders right now."
Right.
Okay.
So it doesn't come back way too slow and everything, that's a good decision. They were stocked up, had too much work.
The problem is when you're ordering food, you have no idea. The app, none of them tell you that.
Then go there yourself, dumbass.
So if you always order and you always get it from this location and you like the food quality from that location, and then you order again, and it's like yesterday was the day before Thanksgiving. What happens the day before Thanksgiving? Everyone's traveling. You have family showing up. Now you're about to cook a giant meal the next day. Are you going to cook the day before? No. So everyone goes out to eat the day before Thanksgiving in America. All right. So all the restaurants are super busy. So what happened was us ordering, the restaurant we usually get the food from was overwhelmed and had shut off their online ordering. So our order went all the way across to a different town, to a different location.
What?
And we're like, oh,
To a different town?
Oh, because this has happened to us before, not with this Mexican restaurant, but this has happened to us with other restaurants where we get it from an alternate location. And I'm not even kidding you, and I've talked about this before on the show. Here in America, these franchised businesses have absolutely no consistency.
Oh no, we're getting another fucking franchise rant. This dude is happy as shit because he's making up stuff to rant about.
And a perfect example here.
Oh, Burger King. Yes, there we go. Yet again.
There's one Burger King that
Take the L already, DSP. Take the fucking L. Take the Burger King L. Take it.
we go to, and whenever we go there, everything's amazing. The food is great. It's fresh. It's exactly how it's expected to be. Condiments are put properly. The vegetables are fresh. Everything's delicious. Then there's another Burger King that we went to. Everything is disgusting. Like no one gives a shit. They just fucking rush the food out. And that was the one where a year and a half ago, I got that disgusting chicken sandwich. I complained, and literally after about 2 weeks, they ghosted me and never even gave me $1 back.
He's crying about stuff that happened, to his words, a year and a half ago. He's still holding a grudge with a fast food chain. DSP versus Burger King, episode 65.
Coupon for a sandwich after they screwed me over with that. All right. So here's the thing: is these franchise
What a
restaurants
bum.
in the United States, they're all supposed to be held up to the same standard. Your name of your company is on the front of the building. So if you go to Burger King in downtown over here, and you go to Burger King at another town over here, they're supposed to be the equal, but they're not. And sadly, there's just no real way to hold the standards, even though they're supposed to.
DSP, there is different high school students working in those Burger Kings. So some of those high school students that make your burger, they're not going to give a shit because they get paid a very low amount. So they're not going to care, and they're going to make a sloppy burger. And in a different Burger King, maybe you stand a chance that the high school student that's making your burger and getting the fries is going to care.
So this is a situation.
That's just kind of a given with fast food restaurants. You don't get to go to a McDonald's in this city and expect the same quality as a different McDonald's because different people are making it.
Where sadly, This is a chain of Mexican restaurants where the one that we usually order from is absolutely outstanding. The owner's probably an upstanding person who cares about food quality, who cares about the representation of the restaurant and the franchise. We ordered yesterday, okay? Just listen to this. So my wife got, I think, a combo platter, which is like a burrito and an enchilada. I got 2 enchiladas, okay? The food shows up on our doorstep and we're looking. It looks completely different than when it usually shows up. When it usually shows up, it's in these airtight, snap-on plastic containers. It completely contains your food inside. It's Mexican food. Let's be honest. Mexican food is messy. There's sauce and cheese and all over it. So obviously it needs to be contained. This fucking chain, whoever owns this one, is a cost-cutting, skinflint jackass.
Now we have the Mexican beef, dude. The dude is beefing with every single fast food chain alive. Every single fucking fast food chain. What a fucking cost-cutting asshole.
Guy got the absolute cheapest packaging you could have. A fucking aluminum container with a piece of cardboard on top. Cardboard for something that has sauce and cheese. Can you use a simple brain cell? Immediately you say, wait a minute. Cardboard for sauce and cheese is a bad idea. Cardboard gets wet. Cardboard gets disgusting when it's wet.
I love it, DSP. You deserve all of that. You deserve that every single time. Even though the restaurant might be an asshole, you deserve it, man. I'm happy it fucking happened. Get fucked, DSP. Take another L.
They're just morons.
Because this is karma. This is the dude that cries about everything, gets more stuff to cry about. This is karma. This is justice. Divine justice. So get fucked.
Okay? So, I'm not kidding you. It's sitting on our front doorstep, and you can see in the bag, the entire bottom of the bag is sauce. There's about this much sauce in the bottom of the bag that's seeped through both packages that are stacked on top of each other, squishing each other down, sauce squirting everywhere.
Oh, and we get into scat. Squirting like it's what? Like what?
What the fuck? Seriously, like what the fuck? So I pick up the bag, and the bag is dripping on my front doorstep Mexican sauce.
Like how DSP makes fun of them for looking at chicken. It's not like they might be checking the weight of the chicken or the price.
Yeah, or the expiration date. Because if there's just a couple of, like, those packets of chicken breast or whatever he was talking about, maybe they might be close to expiring. Maybe he doesn't want to buy that. You have every right when you're in the store to inspect what you're getting. Because I've worked in a supermarket, I get that sometimes that stuff is going to be, the packaging is going to be broken, so of course air is going to get inside, and the person that was stocking the shelf or the freezer or whatever, they didn't notice that. You know, people have their right to look at the product that they're about to buy. And then immediately, he calls those people idiots. And then immediately we're crying about DoorDash. We're making a massive deal about DoorDash. Big ups,
So
brother.
I run it to
Brotherhood of Steel, man.
my kitchen. All right, it's going everywhere. I open it. Of course, the food is fucking destroyed. You open it, the enchilada is like flattened.
Big
All
ups.
the ingredients are all over the fucking place.
Nice.
Destroyed. I had 2 enchiladas. Mine were completely crushed to one side of the container. Everything smashed and destroyed. Now, you might say, well, maybe it's the person who delivered it. I mean, maybe. But the thing is, the other place has it in proper containers. They put it in an airtight plastic container. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to seep. It's not going to leak. It's not going to, you know what I mean? By the way, so it's the same exact chain. No chips, no salsa. I checked off, give us utensils. No utensils, nothing. So basically, one chain you go to, one franchise, you get amazing packaging. You get free chips and salsa. You get everything you want, all nice, perfect. You go to the other one, your food's fucking destroyed, and they don't even give you the things you're supposed to get with it.
Big ups. I'm happy that this happened. I'm happy this happened. Get fucked. Take another L. Even that they're in the wrong, I acknowledge they are in the wrong. I'm happy it happened to him. Because he's a fucking cuck. And he's a bitch. And he's annoying.
What kind of a fucking experience is this? Again.
It's a karmic experience.
And the thing is, on these apps, they don't give you the choice. It's not like if I was ordering on the app and it said, oh, by the way, you're not ordering from your usual location. It's going to come from this one instead. I'd be like, well, don't do it then. Cancel the order. So basically, we tried to eat some of it. It was disgusting. Even you could tell my beans, I had black beans. They were bland as shit. Have you ever eaten black beans that were bland? I've never had Mexican black beans with no flavor. They had no seasoning on them whatsoever, right? So it's obvious this chain doesn't give a fuck. This owner, whoever owns this particular one, is an asshole, a skinflint, a cheapskate. Don't give the customer anything. Smash the food. Who gives a fuck, right? So, of course, we complain. We were able to get some credit for the food. It sucked because, we did lose some money on it. And it's like, what are you going to do? We argued that...
Dude, come on. If you cared so much about money, you would cook your own meal, you fucking bastard. You would go there in person.
Basically,
What happened to Neymar? Is he done? Did he get injured?
Food, it's not fair because we didn't choose to get it from that particular one. So basically, we got the case referred to a manager, and the manager was like, all right, we'll give you this much. I was like, all right, it's better than nothing. So I did get some credit towards my next order or whatever. All right. So anyway, the food, I'll be honest, the food sucked. It's our one day a week where we don't cook, where we get to order out food, and the food sucks ass. And it really is a bad experience when that happens. Like, damn, it's a freaking one day a week. Get to not cook, and this is what we have to fucking eat today. It's gross. So after that, I headed upstairs to shave and shower. As you can see, I shaved yesterday. I'm very smooth. Look at that. And I said,
What is smooth about this DSP?
I'm going to work on...
Your goatee looks awful.
the adpocalypse.
My guy, come on.
So I didn't know what Kat was going to do because she had beaten God of War. So, I'm in here for like maybe 2 hours going through all of it. And by the way, in the meantime, people had submitted this, some cool logos. I got some cool animations and stuff coming up for the next week or two. Oh, this is very excellent.
Hey, big ups, Serpent Hunter, man. Welcome to the membership style situation.
And so finally, I finished with the adpocalypse stuff. And like I said, we've got over 50 different videos on deck for the adpocalypse tomorrow. I'm very excited for this.
Over 50 videos. Well, we're gonna see. I think it's gonna be super boring. It's gonna be worse than the Rob Gavigan stuff, but in different ways. Because the Rob Gavigan stuff was just bland and insufferably boring. This is gonna be bad because the SP's commentary is gonna be awful.
So, I leave my office. I walk downstairs and I look up and I'm like, "Oh, honey, so what did you do when I was?"
What?
And I look, and lo and behold, our home has been transformed into a winter wonderland because Kat decorated the house for Christmas while I was doing the adpocalypse stuff.
Yeah, that's
All
cool. Big ups, Cat. She did something useful for once.
The candle stuff and things that we've had from previous years all set up. Garland and stuff we have up. Little, we have like a reindeer, a cool reindeer standing up and everything. And I'm looking around like, oh, everything looks so nice. But now I got to get, our candles. We have the what do they call? I can't remember what.
Oh, now he's gonna find the one thing that sucks about it, and he's gonna complain about it. His candles are not good enough.
Several years ago, actually, my parents bought us a lot of Christmas decorations.
Big ups, parents.
During that whole time we were going through the bankruptcy when we didn't have any money for anything, my parents were like, they wanted to help, so they basically sent us a ton of decorations for the house to cheer us up. And so we got all these candles. They're not real candles. They're those ones that they're battery powered and they simulate a candle. It's like this fake wick that goes around where there's a light in front of it. So it kind of simulates the movement of a flame. We got a ton of these. We have a few that look like Christmas trees. We have some that look like pine cones. We have some.
Dude, get some friends. Get some friends, my guy. We don't have to hear about what kind of pine cones and decorations you got.
I was like, all right, let's get the batteries in. So we, pump out the batteries. And I'm like, oh my God, it looks so good. So I was not expecting that at all. How doesn't Jasper tear it down? He doesn't bother it. Jasper does not bother the Christmas decorations.
He's intelligent.
He leaves them. He doesn't care.
He's smarter than both of them put together.
I don't know. He just doesn't care. So that's why, we don't have a Christmas tree because we are nervous that if we have a Christmas tree that Jasper would knock it down. We are. Although a couple years we had a mini Christmas tree. Regular Christmas tree is like 6-7 feet tall. So we had one of those little ones that's only like 2-3 feet tall. It could even fit like on a coffee table. We had one of those for 2 years, and he never bothered it. He just left it. But then it broke. And after that, we never got another one. It's been like 2 years. We haven't even gotten another tree. I was very pleased that Cat.
Yeah, that new level 1 podcast logo is terrible. And now you get basically 2 logos because one of them is on the layout and one of them is the dedicated logo. And it's just like, it's way too big. It's way too different from everything else on screen. It's just terrible.
As I had no idea she was going to. I had said to her, maybe we would do it tomorrow or tonight, actually, on Thanksgiving night. I said, maybe we'll do it Thanksgiving night. We'll decorate. But because she did it early, now tonight after we eat, we could just relax, which I'm very happy because I like relaxing. I don't know about you guys. The older you get, the more relaxation you want. And I can't wait to just have a nice, ridiculously good meal with my wife tonight and then relax, you know.
All right, dude, go relax.
That was very nice of her to decorate. And then basically what we did is the rest of the night, we watched X-Files. All right? What I
Big
think
ups.
she's going to do now is she's going to try to find a few more games to play just casually, you know, for the rest of the year.
The UN had to send emergency Christmas rations to the United States of Phil due to its desperate third world status.
Yeah, they got them from QVC. They did a collaboration with QVC to send emergency rations to the United States of Phil. A care package, as he likes to call it. And it came from the Dutch brothers. Of course, big ups to the Netherlands. They sponsored everything. This is hypothetically, obviously, it's a joke. It was actually Phil's mom who bought him everything, which is not actually a joke. This is for real.
Because I don't know if she's really interested in anything else between now and the end of the year. Yeah. So.
Wait, what?
Try to find a few more games to play just casually.
Oh, casual games? What is non-casual gaming for Kat? Is she's professionally playing Overwatch? Does she like Overwatch 2? Since she liked Overwatch 1? I have a lot of questions for Kat. We could probably even have a better podcast with Kat here than we would have from Phil.
Because I don't know if she's really interested in anything else between now and the end of the year. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Not the Callisto Protocol?
Anyway, it was very nice. It was a very nice day off.
It was very nice, except the DoorDash that ruined everything, and you bitched about it more than you talked about the positive things that happened.
One thing that went wrong was the shitty Mexican food, which you can't blame the chain. It's the individual restaurant. That owner is an asshole. We would never eat there in person. And the problem is now, if we're ordering, we got to be skeptical. You know, are we going to get food from the one we want or not? You know? I mean, what we might be able to do, if we place an order and you immediately notice it's at the other restaurant once the order is placed, I think you could contact customer service and cancel the order and be like, yeah, we don't want it from there. Fuck them. Give us our money back or we'll order again from somewhere else. We might have to keep an eye on it now.
What if they made you the order already, man? This guy's, she's so awful, man.
What season are we on X-Files?
Just like, why didn't he write in the comments of the order, please make sure everything is packed accordingly? Because I always do that just in case, because sometimes, yeah, they forget something, so I made sure to say, if I get something that is messy from like a Chinese place or something, please make sure everything is packed up properly and make sure that everything is there. And that's it. And I make it seem nice because I don't want to be an asshole to them. And all they have to do is just double check if everything is okay. And that's it. That's all you got to do.
4? We're either 4 or 5. Probably 4. I think 4, but maybe 5. Not
What?
sure.
What are we talking about? Brain cells?
We watched it almost all October, and now we're still watching it through all of November. It's a great show. I haven't seen it since the 90s, so it's fun to watch these episodes again. So, cool, right? So good stuff. That's Phil's day off, ladies and gentlemen.
Terrible.
Hope it was a fun episode for you.
Oh yeah, super fun episode of Phil's day off.
Very exciting. Okay, we got a little bit of game news to cover today. Before we get to shout outs. So game news wise.
Low-key don't care though.
All right.
Low-key don't care. Maybe even high-key. Gaming news.
First of all, we have some interesting news when it comes to game sales. All right.
What?
God of War Ragnarok sold 5.1.
He would have gotten fist, cricket, hammer in the 17th century.
Cricket? Yeah, in the 17th century, he would never make it to 40. He wouldn't even make it to 30. The dude would be non-existent by the time he's 18. He would have been completely useless to society.
He's in 1 week.
and you're getting cucked out of the sound box again, and you get this face. You can screenshot this face and put it to good use somehow. I don't know how you could put this face to good use unless it's behind a paper bag or I don't know, on a sex offender poster. Have you seen this man? He is harassing dented people all over the globe.
Best selling Sony exclusive game ever.
Okay.
Okay, previous
Cool.
to this,
So this is it basically. This is the news, and I'm gonna skip through the rest. This is all you have to know, is the headline.
for a narrative-based game, right? Overwhelming, unprecedented, ginormously successful, 10 million copies in 3 days.
And this another face. I don't know why he's making these fucking faces. What was this game about though?
For this,
This was the other sales thing.
sold in over this, because that's exactly what it is. Like for a narrative-based game, that's an amazing sales number. Really good, right? To understand is that those numbers mean nothing when it comes to things like Call of Duty or even like the recent Splatoon and a third. Pretty damn cool, you know. So can't wait to play more of it. Like I said, we're 20 hours into a 50-hour experience. Those numbers mean nothing when it comes to for narrative-based games, right? Because that's exactly what it is. Like for a narrative-based game, that's an amazing sales number, you know. Now another sales number. All right, listen to this. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Are you ready for this? Sold an overwhelming, unprecedented, ginormously successful 10 million copies in 3 days.
That's pretty insane.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, skip.
By critics, never having several years. Well, I think you made the right decision. What we're going to get in the free next-gen update for Witcher 3, which comes out, I want to say it's December 14th. I could be wrong. It could be December 16th. But here's what we're going to get in the free upgrade, okay? Upgraded visuals, new quests added, cross progression between the PS5 and the Xbox versions of the game. I don't know how they're going to pull that off.
Why not?
Haptic feedback if you play it on the PS5. Controller layout changes for improved control. Map filter so you can clean up question marks that are completely filling your map and now you can't tell what anything is because there's a zillion of them on the map.
Hey, finally they put that in.
A dynamic mini map. I don't know what that means, but I guess they're improving the mini map as well.
That's pretty cool.
Left stick auto sprint capability. Good.
Sure.
Instead of having to hold the stick down, it'll just auto sprint if you click it. More subtle subtitle settings. Excuse me. I guess they felt like the original subtitle settings were too limited. So they're going to have more, probably for accessibility purposes. And only for PC, ray tracing with more customizations and a new photo mode added.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's actually great.
Good to me. Sounds like some nice quality of life improvements. I'm not going to...
That's it. Basically, that's it with his opinion. Now, his gaming coverage is basically all you need to get is the first 15 seconds. After he reads the title of the article, the first 10 seconds after that, that's it.
Because even when I added automatic, a story for today is now...
Sony drones made Gautu a success? Oh my god.
I mean, it was a success even before it came out. It was like the narrative was there already that it would be one of the most amazing games ever. So yeah, it was basically bound to be a success. And I guess it's pretty good. I mean, if people are liking it, then liking it. I would rather have games like that than shitty games that are not finished on release and might never get finished if they flop hard enough, like Anthem. Remember Anthem? That used to exist, and now it doesn't anymore, even though they clickbaited us into believing that there would be an Anthem 2.0. And then one day you could play it for free, and one day it was included in EA Access that cost like $3 a month.
Incredibly likely that the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, is likely to file an antitrust lawsuit to block Microsoft's $69 billion buyout attempt of Activision Blizzard. I guess what it is, other countries have been weighing in on this recently, because every country basically has to weigh in on what they think about this. And apparently other countries have been feeling that if Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, it could make too much of a monopoly in the industry.
Monopoly.
Personally, I think that's ludicrous. I really do. I think it's so stupid.
How is it ludicrous if they get to own one of the biggest, if not the biggest, first-person shooter franchise in Call of Duty? That's ludicrous. They wouldn't have monopoly, even though they will.
You've got major competition from companies like Nintendo and Sony. How
Nintendo?
do you think that Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard makes a monopoly? It just doesn't make any sense
Nintendo?
from a logical perspective of anyone who knows gaming.
Anyone who knows gaming.
Problem.
This guy reads his news off Twitter, by the way. He knows gaming.
The people who we have in these regulatory agencies don't understand gaming. They don't know shit. So they're just fucking, something.
He hit his microphone again. Big ups.
Gotta maybe flag is like. Now this doesn't mean that it's not going to go through. All it means is that it's going to be a painstakingly annoying, time-consuming, drawn-out, delayed process. So it's funny because we were talking about Microsoft.
Big ups for the sub, Bogart Gaming and Tech.
Where a year later, we're not even close
Baller
to
alert.
even going through. This thing could take, I'm not exaggerating, years to go through.
Okay.
That's how these processes, these legal processes are fucking ridiculous jokes. And it could take 2-3 more years.
Alright, yeah, it's a huge buyout. Sure. Costs a bajillion dollars.
Seriously. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna see.
I don't know. So this is why most of his segments end at a I don't know, because he's like, oh, these fucking idiots, they think they're gonna have a monopoly. Well, if you know gaming, you know that that's not gonna happen. I mean, I don't know.
What happens with it?
Just say you don't know, but then don't try and be the news guy.
Personally, no, I don't think.
Oh, and now I don't think. You just said people don't know gaming. People who think that Microsoft's gonna have monopoly, they don't know gaming. And you know gaming, but now we're talking about your opinion, because you decided to backpedal on it.
That it's going to be seen as a monopoly once they actually investigate the matter, at least if they have any iota of intelligence in their heads. Then again, it doesn't mean shit. I've seen some really boneheaded decisions being made by people who are in positions of power recently, so
Yeah, like you?
you never know what you're going to get.
Speaking of boneheaded, he is a perfect example, because he runs a shitty small business and it's still failing constantly.
Before we get to shoutouts, let me turn on my fan. Are out for between 2 and 3 hours, and that's it for today. No second stream today.
Make sure to contribute.
Kind word. Contribution on the YouTube side is from Mozzie, who did a $10 super chat and said Happy Thanksgiving. A $10 super chat as well. He says, Phil, I hope your Thanksgiving's going well. So far, so good. I got to work today. Oh, and it looks pretty interesting. Has made so many games. Things like new gameplay elements and things. Like, that really was a game that pushed Resident Evil. If they add a dodge, they really should make the enemies have better ways to hit you so that the dodge is needed. Because I feel like if you can dodge the enemies and they're just the same enemies from the original Resident Evil 4, the game might be too easy. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Yeah, DSP is going to be way too easy. I'm sure it's going to be.
You know, I'm going to play it. Even though I just played it, a year ago. I'll play it again. It's all good. See what the new one has to offer.
Oh, I remember he played it a year ago. It was great. Was it the Christmas marathon when he was sleeping?
I mean, let's be honest. If it's like Resident Evil 2 remake, it's a whole new ball game.
Well, you've seen what it's like because there's gameplay of it already.
It would feel like playing a whole new game. But the thing is, Resident Evil 2 was incredibly outdated with old visuals, tank controls. They modernized that game. How much can they really modernize Resident Evil 4? I don't know.
Well, quite a bit, I guess. It looked pretty modernized to me. Controls are new. The combat mechanics look pretty modernized. Graphics, of course, the graphics.
It's left to be seen, right?
Probably some quality of life changes, accessibility, all that stuff. It's probably at least worth checking out if you're a Resident Evil fan.
Okay. Now we go over to the tip side of things. We got a
The
few
tip
tips
side,
about it.
Phil.
Our
few
first tip of
tips.
the day here today. Let's see here. What? An anonymous tipper says Google says your net worth is $1 to $5 million.
Well, Google says a lot of fake shit.
Is that personal wealth or is that including Burnell Enterprises as well?
Burnell Enterprises.
What? If you were to total up, let's say everything I own, and let's say I owned it all outright, which I did. Let's assume.
Hold on. Hold on, DSP, shut the fuck up, dumbass. Look at this. DSP Gaming net worth $77,000. This is DSP Gaming is an American YouTube channel that has a net worth of $77,000 as of November 2022. How much money does DSP Gaming make Today so far, $39. Yesterday, $45. Last 7 days, $281. Last month, $1,210. And obviously that's just calculating some views through some automatic calculations. And here we got something else. Okay, here we got a more valid style thing. 170K to 1.2 million, which sounds pretty legit to me, pretty accurate. And but this again, we're talking about the YouTube channel. We're not talking about Phil Burnell the guy. We're talking about the YouTube channel. And yeah, this is 1 in 5 million. This is popular net worth. And this is the picture they got for him. This is the pic they got, the epic Yoshi time costume. Darkside Phil is a very famous video game streamer who is well known for playing different video games and live streaming it. So we already have like a grammatical error. It should be live streaming them. I'm not going to be an asshole though by pointing it out. He is also known for many other online games, such as dspgaming, Darkside Phil, or DSP. He is known for many other online games, such as dspgaming, Darkside Phil, or DSP. That's a very well-written article that is very correct. Oh, let's see this. Some interesting facts. Darkside Phil is said to be a married man whose wife's name is Kat, but we do not know her surname. It's Saint Jean, by the way. So now you know it. Number 2. This married gamer used to be available on Twitch with her username as @DarksidePhil, but it seems he is no longer active there. With her username? This is written by a bot, by the way. There's no way this didn't get generated by some bot. Number 3. Before being married to Kat, he had a girlfriend named Panda Lee, but they broke up in April 2017. Number 4. His real name is actually Phil Burnell, but he loves to be called by his nickname most. Number 5. His Twitch streamer. This Twitch streamer is now active on YouTube too, and there he has nearly gained 189,000 subscribers. His dating life has been his dating life has been now all given to his wife Kat. What the fuck is this, bruh? What is this kind of a fact? Number 8. The estimated net worth of Darkside Phil approximately ranges between 1 million to 5 million. That's some bullshit. Number 9. He was actually born on April 6, 1982, and now he is 38 years of age. Now, is I guess 2 years ago is now. We can find him on Twitter too, where he has nearly 25.7 thousand subscribers, followers. And then we get some generic facts that are pulled from his social security or something. Darkside Phil, April 6, 38, male, American, white, gamer, streamer, YouTuber, married, 1 to 5 million. And you may also like Naren's Beauty and Karim Jovian, Allison Henry. So anyways, let's see him over-exaggerate and act like he's broke. Because some website that was generated by a fucking bot says that he makes $5 million.
I owned my car. I owned everything in the house. I wasn't making payments. Let's assume that I own everything. Okay? It's not worth $1 million. Not even close. I don't even think it's worth $500,000. Okay? Not even
$500,000 Phil, that's just his debt.
What you sipping on today?
I'm sipping on some Fanta, the classic orange style drink.
close. The Bill's valuable
Big
assets.
ups, Sniper.
I have a mortgage on the house that I owe 22 years of payments on. So no, I don't.
Flex?
That's nonsense. That's ridiculous. Now, if you're talking about like potential value of the business, I mean, here's the thing. How do you value a YouTube business, right? I have no idea. Because obviously you're not just talking, physical assets. You're talking, I guess, potential money-making power. You're talking reach. What's funny is, I am so well known on the internet, but I'm not popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're infamous.
Like, so many people know who I am. So many people talk about who I am. But, you know, my videos get a few hundred views each. At most, a few thousand on a playthrough or a popular video, right? My streams. Look, right now we have 383 viewers, which I'm happy with. That's not considered internet popularity. You know what I'm saying? So, I have no idea how you could value the business. Because at any day, you have no clue.
Oh, it's trash, DSP.
Business.
No, your business is trash. Your
Right.
business is worthless. Anybody else in his place, they wouldn't want to run that business because it's trash. And they would probably make more money because they would produce better stuff.
All you can really do is look at
No, it's a dead channel, man. All you got is a dead YouTube channel and a departnered Twitch channel. That's your business. That's it. You're finished. You're washed up.
actual income.
It's like trying to value a D-list Hollywood celebrity that was in one movie like 15 years ago. Basically Perry. But Perry is much better in like how much stuff he produces and being a meme.
Records, and I guess you can judge it off of that. I don't know. There's no way that you can say I am worth $1 to $5 million. That's ludicrously stupid. I don't even have, you know, like I said, I don't even have enough assets in my name to even make up half of that. Like, even if you combine just the, even if you factor out the mortgage, the equity that I have in my house and the assets in the house is not even $500,000, not even close. So, sounds like Google doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. That's ridiculous. If I was worth that much, that'd be great. I'm sure I'd be in a much better position. But like most things, they don't know what they're talking about. This harkens back to the days many years ago.
Oh, now we're going back in time again, man. This is obnoxious. Is he still doing the pre-stream? Oh no, he started with Ask the King. So I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna watch the Ask the King another time. So we got like 5 more minutes.
When everyone used to go to that, what was the website that everyone used to try to estimate?
Social Blade.
YouTube.
Social Blade. You know it, DSP. It's Social Blade. You've used it. You know it. Now we're gonna feign ignorance.
I don't remember what it was. It was a website where you could see how many subs, how many views.
You know it. You know it.
Revenue?
Well, that's not accurate anymore. That hasn't been accurate for a long time.
Social Blade. That's it. Social Blade was never correct. Never once. It would give such a ridiculous range of what you could possibly be making, and the high range was like, I'm not even exaggerating, it was like 10 times more what you really made on a channel. It was ludicrous what they were saying I was making. At one point they were claiming I was making like 500 grand a year. 500 grand a year. What the hell are you talking about? No, I don't make 500 grand a year ever. Even at the height of when I was popular on YouTube. Not even close. You know, what are you talking about? Absolutely ridiculous. So, excuse me. So all that being said,
All that being said,
I'm not worth $1 to $5 million.
no, obviously he's not. Next question. And we can get into questions.
Holiday themed animations for
Holiday themed.
December.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember.
Thank you to the anonymous $5
He's
tip.
gonna have the Arnold themed animation again.
First, let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you. $1 tip. First is happy Thanksgiving to you, Phil. Thank you very much.
What was it, a
We're gonna
50?
Shout out, and then it looks like we're gonna probably get started with the show.
Oh, that's it. This is a
Another
terrible
anonymous tipper, a $10 tip.
This is a terrible pre-stream, man.
First is-
$15?
Q&A show where I answer your questions. It'd be
Whack.
pretty silly for me to open up the podcast
Oh, but now he got another 10.
Q&A.
Oh, but that was a manual. Never mind.
to answer your question.
Yeah, we're not doing a Q&A. That's dumb as shit.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Gonna ask me about stuff like that, and I'm gonna answer that on the show.
Happy Thanksgiving. You got pranked.
To things here. So the first one will look the best for today, and I thought the white looked the best.
What?
Get set up. So I need to swap a bunch of templates. If you guys could be
I
patient.
need to swap a bunch of templates. You don't have them load up as a scene in OBS, just like I have, so I can swap through all this shit that I got prepared on the fly. You don't have that? You don't have it, of course. Why would you have it? It's not like a business or something where you need to be efficient and fit quick. No, you gotta be as sloppy as possible so you can waste people's time, so you can clock in without doing too much work.
With me for one moment.
Yeah, let's just...
Nice, super duper old. Earlier in the year.
Oh, and he's still... This is... Man, this fucking layout is terrible. It is just god-awful. Now I guess you can go watch Tevin, because I think he's gonna be doing the restream of this, so... Go! Why are you still here? Go there, watch it, be entertained. There we go. Here he is. I'm gonna post up the link in chat, and I'm gonna watch this on a.
Make one because he's
Even as
talking
old as
about
it
it.
is, it's still good, right?
It's still good, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this at some later point in time. I just wanted to stick around for the pre-stream to see if there's gonna be some gold, and there kinda low-key was with that Mexican food stuff. That shit would have been, you know, a lot shorter if he wasn't DSP, but he was DSP. So thanks everybody for stopping by. See you guys around, and I will see you next time, which is probably gonna be tomorrow for the Adpocalypse. For as long as I can restream it, I don't know. It's gonna be after work. It's gonna be in my time zone, so it's gonna take all night. But let's see. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, that's it. See you guys around. Go and check out whoever you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye.